Newcastle Fans TV is sponsored by Manscaped, the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels and is now available in the US of A, Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand and in the EU. We have an exclusive offer for our subscribers. Use the code NFTV to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the movement and the other 2 million men who trust Manscaped. Did you know one bloke every hour, every day is diagnosed with testicular cancer? So this is a reminder to all of the men listening. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Manscaped, in addition to providing the right tools and solutions for safe and easy manscaping, has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to spread awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. Together, TCS and Manscaped are committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged between 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors and families impacted by testicular cancer as part of their We Save Balls initiative. While you're down there cleaning up your sack, why not go ahead and give them a little pretty investigation for lumps, changes in any size or any pain? I think we can all agree it's pretty fun playing with your balls anyway. Hey. Manscaped recommends you check yourself once a month. If you do feel any lumps or any swelling, give your doctor a call. In addition to checking yourself regularly, we want to make sure that your sack is looking fresh and clean with Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll find all the products and liquid formulations that have been developed to turn your bathroom into a saloon for your balls. All liquid formulations use only the best ingredients. Some of these liquid tools do include the Crop Preserver, is an anti-chafing deodorant for your balls. The Crop Reviver, a spray-on ball toner and refreshener. The Perfect Package 3.0 also includes anti-chafing performance boxers that keep your package cool and feeling fresh. Join the Manscaped movement and start taking care of your balls today. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NFTV at manscaped.com. Always use the right tools for the job. So in the description below, get 20% off, free shipping with our code NFTV over at manscaped.com. That's a whopping 20% off anything and free shipping using the code NFTV at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. And let's get back to celebrating 25k. Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to the watch along. The team news has just come out. It is at the bottom of your screen. As you can see, it's just literally been announced. Obviously, with social media blackout this weekend, we have been using the BBC's lineups. So the news has just literally come out. So you'll see it on the ticker. We have a packed show for you for the first hour. We have the fan clips. We've got reaction from last weekend's game from Willix. We've also got a call as well. And we'll also talk about the game towards in about 25 minutes about the lineups and what have you, a little bit more in depth. Since I've been talking briefly about the lineups, I may as well show you guys what the team new is. So this is Newcastle's lineup going into today's game. I'll just scroll up a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. There we go. So you've got Martin Dubravka is in goal for you. It's the same back five with Jacob Murphy, Fernandez, Clark, Dummett and Ritchie. The three in midfield is Almiron, who'll probably have more of a license to get forward, more so Sean Longstaff, Shelby. Saint-Maximin will float around Callum Wilson. Yeah, that's the only change from today's lineup, is that Callum Wilson comes in for Joe Linton. So they're the big ones. On the bench, it's great to see Matty Longstaff on the bench. If I just scroll down, there you go, you can see it there. Matty Longstaff is on the bench. Fabian Schär, of course, played half a game against Crystal Palace the other day. Good to see him on the bench. So that means Mankiw drops out. No Andy Carroll, of course, but Elliot Anderson is there as well. So it's good to see Matty Good to see Elliot Anderson and Fabian Schär as well. So that's the Newcastle lineup. Are you happy with that? Let us know in the comments. I'll read some of them out in just a second. So that's the Newcastle United lineup. Bruce was hitting on that Wilson would start, of course, but there you go. That's the lineup. If we have a look at Arsenal, again, we're talking more about it. They've changed the goalkeeper. Of course, Matty Ryan is in goal. Hector Bellerin comes in. David Luiz comes in. Gabriel and Xhaka. Now, there's a place where I think Newcastle can target because Xhaka is filling in at left back. I want to see pace up against him. I reckon that's a problem. Bellerin's got plenty of pace, but I would like to see us go and attack Xhaka. In midfield, you've got Elneny Ceballos. Not surprised he's starting. He's suspended for their return leg against Villareal. Willian comes in. Odegaard keeps his place. Martinelli comes in. And Aubameyang starts as well. So they have made a lot of changes from the Europa League game because they let's be honest, everybody, their priority is the Europa League. If they win 1-0, they go through the final. And they win the final, they qualify for the Champions League. Have a look at Arsenal substitutes. You've got Leno, who drops to the bench. Saka, Cedric, no party. With a party, Pepe, Chambers, Murray, Nketiah, Smith, Rosso. And you've also got the demon, that is Mike Dean, in charge of today's game. So no doubt he'll want to be centre of attention. But they have made a lot of changes, and that's your lineup as well. Let's have a look what you are saying in the comments before we crack on with today's show. Come on the tune. Good luck. How are the lads? Says Mike. Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you, Thomas, as well. Afternoon, everybody. Good to see you, Graham. Afternoon as well. Brandon's in there as well. Good afternoon. Wilson's starting. How are the lads? Forget about the record against Arsenal. Just go for it. Shelby is starting. I don't think Thomas is a big fan of that. Jody Sancaster. Afternoon, Lee. Hope you're well, mate. Good afternoon, lads and lasses. Expected lineup, please. Wilson is starting. He's fancying a 2-1 win today. Harry's happy with the team. Decent team. 2-0, says Chris. A lot of you are optimistic as well. Anderson on the bench. Lovely to see. Callum Wilson, says Luke. Ollie says that's got to be the worst Arsenal side for a long time. Genuine mid-table side. Robbins went on to say, good afternoon, everybody. I think we can get at Arsenal. 2-1 win. Delighted to see Anderson and Matty on the bench. Yeah, I would agree on that as well. Not happy about Shelby playing, but the rest, no problem. We may have a chance, says Luke as well. And we've not lost with Mike Dean since 2018. Forget what I've just said then, Jody Sancaster. He's a wonderful referee. Edens went on to say fancy us to win 2-1. Wilson double. Get some money on that, mind. And we've also got one we upon time. What's it going to take for Bruce to drop Shelby? Well, he's the captain, isn't he? But yes, so that is your Newcastle United lineup. As I say, we've got a packed show before we talk about the lineups. We've got the fan reactions, of course. We've got reaction, of course, from Willix and Carl on the game last week at Anfield. But we're going to begin with the fan clips. Keep your comments coming because you'll see them appear on the screen.
Incredible. Like what Liam said, I thought it was a really, really boring game, really poor from us for a lot of that second half. And then 5 minutes of madness out of nowhere. It's just crazy. The lack of urgency until the last 2 minutes. Yeah, ASM in the first half he had a good game, but nothing came from it. But he started a lot of our attacks. I thought Dubravka was superb. Mm. He nearly made a mistake, but the amount of saves he made, I thought he was superb. Yeah. Well, I like his passion. I like his fight. He's always putting a tackle in. Just another solid performance from him today, I reckon. But it's a bit worrying how they kept getting in down that side, but it's difficult with the quality of Liverpool, isn't it?
That's what irritates me about Bruce. When we attack teams, we actually look like we could score. It took us up until about past the 85th minute, kind of, until we got at Liverpool and scored twice. Obviously, one was chalked off for just a ridiculous VAR handball, but we didn't deserve the equaliser overall, but for the last 10, 15, last 10 minutes roughly, plus stoppage time, we had them sitting back. That said a lot about how we finished the game. And we actually brought on the opposite. We brought on attacking players. I think it was a Willix for Clark, or brought on an offensive player for a defender anyway. But we have the players that can hurt teams, and it's not like we're terrible defensively either. Like we're so much better than what Bruce is having us playing like.
The Premier League. Why? All right, let's think about this. Why is the Premier League the most entertaining league in the world?
Because of the talent in the league.
Talent. What else?
Oh, that's the main thing. It's pretty fair.
Controversy. Do we not see these decisions every single match week? Every single match week. Like as soon as they disallowed that goal, in the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? On ESPN FC, the football show we have here in the States, they're gonna talk about the game a little bit, but they're gonna talk about that incident for 10 minutes. They're gonna have Steve Nicol, they're gonna have Alejandro Moreno and all those guys. They're gonna talk about this for 10, 15 minutes. Any publicity is good publicity. They do the same thing in the UK. They'll bring on Peter Walton and he'll say some like absurd thing. It's clicks. It's like it generates controversy. Any publicity is good publicity. It is a league that is the most popular in the world for a lot of reasons, but controversy has to be up there. How many times do you see the Bundesliga? They have VAR. I'm watching a game right now. They don't, you don't hear about these crazy decisions.
The amount of controversy is just as high. I think it pisses people off because they can see the slow-mo 4K replay and they're like, what the hell are you doing? That's his arm is not away from his body kind of stuff. So I like your click argument. I think there's some merit to that, but there's always going to be controversy. And even if
absolutely.
Fixed it, even if it somehow was magically right next week, they would just find something else to make controversial. And if we pay $40 million for Joe Linton, we must have to pay $250 million for Willix. I don't think Miggy could see Joe Linton, right, when he kind of stepped in front of the ball. And looking at that, I guess I'm defending Miggy. That's my job. I'm from Atlanta. I'll fucking defend Miggy. But I think Joe Linton could see the ball and Miggy the entire time. Yeah. And someone said during halftime it was like schoolyard play, right? Of like, hey, out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I hold him a little more accountable for that. But they did look stupid in that moment. But I thought Joe Linton got, I don't know if the word is better, slightly more useful as the game went on. I do think that.
And it should have been 2-1. Newcastle should have had all 3 points. But it was controversial. And I was pleased to grab a point against Liverpool. It was an unbelievable last 5 minutes towards the end. Yes, what did you make of the game?
Well, I thought that was the most barmiest, craziest Newcastle-Liverpool game for a long, long time. And we should have wrapped it up in the first half. But at the end of the day, that's our season. All season, we've been like that, inconsistent. So many shots on target, not many goals. I just can't wait for the season to end, to be honest.
The second half, I think we kind of dropped a little bit in energy, especially sort of around the 60-minute mark. I mean, I actually thought John Joe Shelby was pretty good for the first 15 minutes of the second half. It looked like he was pulling the strings a little bit, putting in some good balls. Yeah, I mean, I think if he can play with the same energy and some of the same intensity that he played today, then I would keep him in the squad. Because I still think that from a technical perspective, he's one of the best footballers at the club. So I thought overall he had a decent game today up until the point where he played that bizarre 70-yard back pass to Dubravka, which was just like, I've never seen anything like that before in my life, to be honest. But other than that, I imagine like pretty much all Newcastle fans, I'm a bit, well, more than a bit pissed off with VAR because, I mean, we could have had 3 points there. And yes, there's the argument that if we scored the first goal, then we wouldn't. We wouldn't go for the second one. But I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest, because I remember, I don't know if it was last season or the season before when we got two goals against Everton.
2 weeks in a row, mate, that me heart has gone flipping 10 to the dozen by flipping. You know what I mean? Obviously, the game against West Ham, we've obviously screwed that up and obviously got that back. And obviously today, thinking, oh, brilliant, Wilson's back on the score sheet. And obviously, VAR said no. And obviously, then we've now got our. It's like Man United when they had Solskjaer, he was their super sub, and obviously Willix are one at the moment, isn't he? So it's I think on the balance of the second half, I think we actually did deserve a point. I mean, the first half we had the chance for Longstaff and
that's probably it.
Yeah, and obviously then when Joe Linton kind of went into Joe Linton mode and kind of got in the way of Almiron, but apart from that, we didn't do an awful lot. I think it was a case of in the first half, try and keep it tight and use ASM's pace to kind of get up the field and supply, obviously, the forward line up there, which worked to a degree. It's just the lack of quality. If Wilson was playing, he probably might have got a goal in the first half because, like I said, they haven't got their best players.
I've got to disagree with you, Liam. I thought the game was all right in the first half. You were saying you were bored before. I thought it was all right. We did show that we were getting in behind Liverpool if we tried. If Joe Linton had just decided to be a striker and take the ball off Almiron, Wilson would have just took the ball off Almiron there and went through on goal. I don't think striker Shearer would have done. I mean, strikers just take the ball off them, don't they? There, he's been poor for weeks, hasn't he? He's not really. I think it's his role though at the minute, and he's playing a little bit deeper and he's out wide. And I think we're trying to put a little bit more onus on since saint-maximin came into the team. Miggy's role's been a bit different, but I'd let it continue because there's going to be games where people leave space and Miggy will get chances, I think. But I'm out of the moon with that goal. Like I was bouncing after that goal.
It was good. Really happy with the result. Just pissed off. Everyone's saying it. Like if we don't get that Wilson goal, we probably don't attack and go. Willix doesn't score, but still, that's a goal. Everyone knows that's a goal. Yeah. When we're on the ball, it was enjoyable, but all around 25% possession, shit, boring. But
all Brucey ball.
Yeah, Brucey ball, mate. Like just everyone behind the ball, counter attack. Yeah, it was boring, but all my mates Liverpool supporters, every single one of them, bar one a Fulham supporter. So tomorrow I'll be hitting it up and telling them we should have won 2-1.
So that was the fans' reaction. We'll have our fan reaction show later on, which is going to be presented by Sam. So if you want to have your say on Newcastle, or if you're a Gooner, pop on a little bit later on. The link is in the video as you click on it. So that's after the match. But fans, pretty mixed emotions, wasn't it, after the Liverpool game? Obviously, the VAR carry on, which is an absolute joke. It's Callum Wilson there. And I mean, that rule gets changed in a few more games at the end of the season. And obviously, we've got the late dramatic equaliser from Mr. Willix, who is not available today, unfortunately, for Newcastle, because he has been a bit of a lifesaver off the bench. Let's read out some of your comments. We've got 3 or 4 that have just come through. IIS just said, I have the persistent feeling that Arteta is overlooking support from his support staff, especially with regard to squad selection. Yeah, Arsenal have heavily changed their lineup, but it's still a fairly decent squad that you've got, despite the rotation taking place. I mean, Aubameyang comes in. I mean, I know he hasn't been the same player this season, but he loves a goal against Newcastle. So if anybody's going to give him the world of confidence, it'll be us. Ollie's went on to say, I hope Miggy's in the number 10 today, not over on the right-hand side or playing deep. He hasn't been able to get involved in attack and play the last few games. Totally agree with you. Miggy's been a little bit quiet, but I think that position isn't helping him one bit as well. Simon's went on to say, afternoon, Lee and chat. Hey, Simon, stay tuned. More of the lads coming up very shortly. And Graham's went on to say, watch the team. Hope he's dropped Shelby. The team is on the ticker down below. We'll be talking more about both teams a little bit later on. So So we've got Twitch involved as well. We've got a lot of comments coming in as well from Gamer GB, Hi Lee. Right, that's fantastic as well. And yes, Brandon, I know you're watching. You are also on the fan reaction show as well, but I think Sam's taking lead presenting on that one. Right, okay. So thank you very much for all your comments. If you have just tuned in, welcome to the latest video here on NFTV. We are actually going to be aiming for 200 likes. If you can help us out, that'll be absolutely fantastic. If you can do, smash that like button, cost out. That'll be wonderful if you can do. And members got 21 exclusive videos in April, which is great for them. Loads of exclusive stuff. They've already got 3 in May already. It's only May the 2nd. Keep your comments coming because we'll keep coming back to them during this live stream as well. And as ever, thank you for choosing NFTV, watching us today. Right, so we're going to stay on reaction from Liverpool. And of course, that super sub, which I did talk about, Joe Willix reaction.
I mean, I'm happy to help the team again, you know. I feel like we pushed very hard in the second half, you know. We was growing in confidence, and I thought, apart from the sloppy goal we gave away, the boys done really well today. I'm just trying to give my best, even if I get 10, 15, half an hour, you know. I'm trying to give my best for the team. I really enjoy my football at the moment at Newcastle, and I'm happy I could help the team again today. I feel like I'm not too sure about that decision, but you know, I feel like we was pushing. We didn't lose confidence, you know. To come here and do that at Anfield, it's not easy. So it shows how much we've grown in the past few weeks as a team. Working out and in training, you know, was trying to combine and getting behind their high line because they stay very high, you know. But I feel like it was just that extra pass or that extra goal. I mean, extra shot. It was not coming off, you know. So, but I was happy we could get back in the game. I mean, hopefully. I feel like it's more of a performance that we need to keep up, you know. I don't feel like we was showing what we were showing earlier this year, you know. What we're showing now on the pitch is brilliant, and I feel like if we continue, we'll be safe for sure. I don't know if I'm allowed to play against that for Arsenal, but good point. I'm a Newcastle player at the moment, and I'm enjoying every game and every week. I'm learning more. I'm getting closer to the boys more, you know, so I really enjoy my football at the moment.
Yeah, so Joe Willix cannot play today, can he? So that was his reaction. Doesn't want to be labelled as a super sub, but any Arsenal fans that are watching, he's been a revelation coming off the bench. He's got 4 goals, 3 off the bench, and he's scoring a lot of goals. So, you know, if that deal could be done for next season, maybe a loan to buy, perhaps, I think it's probably sensible with the budgets are going to be low, especially with Newcastle every season. Doesn't matter whether we're in COVID or not. And let's read out some of your comments. Will's went to say, I don't know what I think about regarding the results today. Would love to see beat them, but can't give them any chances, especially with Aubameyang up top. Jonathan's went on to say, after watching our kids get humiliated by Villa under 18s midweek, I love Elliot Allenson to get a shout. He's one of the few players that stood out as well. Good to see Fabian Schär back, says Simon as well from injury. Good to see Anderson on the bench as well. Stevens went on to say, good. Looks like Sky on talking about the build-up for the match. You can tell the top 6 are only their priority. Well, that's why you're here. You know, if the match kicks off, just stick it on mute because we'll have 3 of us talking about the game. So when the match kicks off, just stick it on mute, listen to us ramble on. All sorts happens in the watch-alongs. People go for peas. You hear them, strangely. There's weird conversations about beers and holidays and crazy stories and what have you. So stay tuned. It's good fun. It's good fun. Shelby should not be playing over on Twitch yet. And I'm going to be going on to YouTube and like the video. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. Arsenal are all over the place this season. A 1-1 draw. This is a must-win. I disagree on that. I don't think it's a must-win because we're 9 points clear. Fulham have only got 4 games. I don't think it's a must-win. Definitely not. But we're going to carry on the reaction. And then this is the last one from the Liverpool game. And this is Carl's reaction to the VAR and grabbing a point.
Oh my word. What a result. What a result. What a ridiculous decision. How can you give that as handball? He can't move his arms anywhere. We talk about the ball hitting someone's arm in an unnatural position. He's done this and he's moved his arm in as well to try and keep it away from the ball. He's even been conscious that he knows that could potentially be called as handball, so he's tried to move his arm in and it's still hit him. What can you do about that? The ref's a fucking joke. An absolute disgrace for making that decision. I can't believe how anyone would believe that that's handball. We talk about offsides where you got toes offside. The ball's hit him on his arm whilst he's in stride and he's not actually moved, his arm is pinned to his body. Oh, God, frustrating. But it doesn't matter in the end because Joe Willix has come out and bailed us out again. What a kid! What a super! I know he doesn't like it, but what a super sub this kid's been. What a signing he's been. That's 3 goals off the bench. Fair play to him. You know, just saving our asses at the death. Absolute hero this kid is. He just brings something different. There were several times prior to that people were talking about him not doing so much, but I disagree. There were a couple of times where he's got himself into those sorts of areas in the 6 yard, in and around the 6 yard box, the 8 to 10 yard area, looking for headers, looking for crosses in to try and do something with it. But yeah, VAR I just think it needs to be scrapped, or the rule book needs to be completely overhauled, and people need to follow a linear structure because it's still VAR was brought in to get rid of interpretation, and all it's done is expand people's objectiveness and interpretation of what a foul or a handball is. That shouldn't be the case. It was brought in to do the opposite of that, and it's not. But frustrations aside, I'll come back to yourself, Lee. We've got another result. We're safe. I don't care what anyone says, we're safe. 1-1. We'll take it. Happy days.
So we're safe. We are safe, apparently. Are we safe, everybody? That's a question which we're going to come up to in a second as well. So that was Carl's reaction to the last gasp equaliser against Anfield, but only literally 90 seconds earlier, we were robbed with a daft VAR. And some people are saying, if we didn't get that VAR, we don't go on and score the equaliser later on. You never know. I was really surprised Liverpool just shutting up shop and panicking in the last 10 minutes. I was really surprised by that. It probably shows you how backwards Liverpool have came a little bit this season, because they would have killed that game off last season, 3 or 4s. A lot of poor finishing, and Newcastle hung on and stayed in the game. And, still, the first half, you could have said Sean Longstock should have put his chance away. But come away from Anfield with a point, and you look at the teams that we've played, we've got 8 points from 4 games from Burnley, Spurs, West Ham, and Liverpool. 3 of them, 4 are trying to get in the Champions League. And that's a pretty good run of form for the Toon, and Steve Bruce, whether you like it or not, has been nominated, which is mad. He's been nominated for Manager of the Month, and he could actually go on a nicker considering the opposition that we have played. So if he goes on and wins it, we're going to have to say, well, fair play, aren't you? You can't really grudge praise and criticism. And look, we know that if Newcastle made a change in the summer, I'd be absolutely delighted. I would. I think most 97, 98, 99% of Toon fans will want that change because, yes, we are safe, but this is coming this was dreadful how we played football this year, and we've only really started playing better probably from late February onwards, especially with the Everton win and the Southampton win as well. We'll come back and read some of your comments before we move on to the next section. We're expecting the lads to start dropping in now in the next few minutes. So Dog Eat Waffle over on Twitch says, great name. We're going to miss Willock. Shelby doesn't even come close to his attacking threat Willock has. Yeah, we are going to miss Willock today. Who's going to be that guy who gets in the box? He doesn't like to be labelled super sub, but he has been that, hasn't he? I have a bad feeling today. We really do well against Arsenal, says Bradley. That's true. We've got a horrible record at the Emirates, but let's keep the faith. We're playing better. Arsenal have only won, 2 out of 9. We've only lost 1 out of 8, so we're the better form side as well. I agree, says Gamer. Simons went on to say Arsenal are just all over the place, 1-1 draw. How are you, says Shane. I'm absolutely fantastic. Good afternoon, Elliot. Hope to see you on the fan reaction show if you are available a little bit later on. Very passionate lad. Love it. Graham's went on to say the arm rule is changing next season. Under the rules, it was the correct decision. It was, but it's just ludicrous how it hits him there. I mean, is that handball, especially when his arm stuck to his body? It's not like it's way there. Do you know what I mean? That's the argument. It's a stupid rule. But having said that, we got lucky against Spurs away from home when it hit Eric Dyer on the back, and Eric Dyer's not even looking at the ball. Crackers, man, it needs scrapped. Fulham, West Brom, don't get more than 33 points at best. Just chill out, people are watching. We are safe. End of. Wolf must be an Arsenal fan. Jody Sankasa has been very positive throughout. Even when we were playing crap, he's been very optimistic about Newcastle staying up, so credit. Chris has went on to say Shelby shouldn't be playing ? Why can't he just speak up and be protected by Bruce 2 months ago? Sean Longstaff should be dropped. if you were to drop anyone but him or Matty on good enough to be in the team. Interesting. Some spark and debate there. I think we are safe, says Gamer. Yes, we are safe. Bradley's went to say, I think Matty is decent, but I don't rate Sean. I think Shelby gets too much hate when the majority of our best chances don't even come from him. True. We should be creating a lot more. I would probably go along with. We're definitely safe, says Peter Griffin over on Family Guy. I reckon we'll only pick up 2 to 3 more points. Forza Roma. Obviously, it must be some Italian Serie A game going on. I'm not an Arsenal fan. Wolfsoni's a Toon fan. Looking at everyone's runnings at the bottom, I feel like we're safe now, says Joel. Graham's went out to say, I've got a nasty feeling about this season that it's going to be deliver a kick in the teeth despite Fulham losing yesterday. Hope I am wrong. We're going to touch upon that Fulham result in a second. Watch the board to see if this has been a successful season and keep Bruce next season. Oh, God, hope not. Imagine how cocky Bruce would be in his press conference if he won Manager of the Month. Hand it over to Graham Jones. I love to see Bruce to stay now after this amazing run. I don't know whether you're being funny there, Brandon, because you'll get some stick now when you come on. So if you agree with me, whack that like button, please. I think we'll lose 2-0. However, the other Brandon, how many Brandons are in this blooming chat? You're a decent team. Willix good. Thank you very much, Sopan. And Arteta won't be doing anything better. He has a grudge against some players like Martinelli. I'm trying to rattle through all these comments as quick as I can before we move on. We need to take it to them today. They're going to be more focused on Thursday's game. Good afternoon, says Keith. Any relation to Sean and Matty? Please let us know. Keenan's went to say predict 2-1 for the tune. Come on. Luke says we think we can pull it off. Lots of Family Guys in here. Jack knows we're not safe. We need at least 2 more wins. Wow. I think a point for me. Why is Matty Longstaff not getting a look in? He's on the bench at least. That's something, isn't it? Can't say Bruce being sacked now. Robbins went on to say Sean does lose the ball a lot, yes, but he's always seeking to get forward. Better coach would help, in my opinion. Yabba dabba doo. I hope we have a better season next season. And Fulham can't hit a bar and don't at the moment. Terrible in the final third. How are the lads? 2-1 win. And breathe, says Graham. I'm nearly there, Graham. I'm nearly there. Sheep shearer. Great work, Lee. Thanks, mate. And breathe. Right, I expect the lads to start dropping in now because they are due in at half-past. But I was asking Connor, are we safe yet? That was the golden question. Are we safe?
Sorry, 9 in front with a game in hand. Fulham, they seem to have kind of, they're getting poor results again now and they seem to have run their race. And I think West Brom, as much as they've had a bit of resurgence, are pretty much doing. So I think we're okay. I think we've got just enough there now to do it. Another point or 2 would be great, obviously, but with the other games we've got, yeah, I think we're fine. And we play Fulham in the last game of the season, so as long as we're safe, definitely by then, which I think we will be, then there's nothing to worry about, because I wouldn't want to go into that game as a straight shootout of you win, you stay up, you lose, you go down. I would not want to entertain that idea at all.
Yeah, there was some talk that 500 fans might get into that game. Away fans, that'd be great because I'll be jumping at the bit if we can. A trip down to the Thames. But what does Steve Bruce make of it?
We can't take anything for granted, but certainly we're in a better position than we were a month ago. And when you looked at the fixtures that we had and what we've still got coming up, then we realised that, there were some difficult games. So we're pleased that, over the last couple of months, you take away the Brighton, the result. We've only lost one of our last 8 games or whatever. So just at the right time, we found a bit of resilience. And more importantly, Keith, and I've said it week in and week out, we've had our big players in key areas fit. And that's coincided with, obviously, the upturn in results.
So that was our question to Connor, who was on the preview, the Black and White show with me. We're practically safe. Fulham obviously got beat yesterday now. We're almost there. They've only got 12 points to play for. We're sitting 9 points ahead of them. We're nearly there, aren't we? We are nearly there. Mathematically, I'll wait until that happens, but we're almost there. We are. I've got no idea where the lads are. I've put in a WhatsApp. Call's coming in about 5 minutes' time. I've seen that. And then we'll get on with the lineups. What we'll do before we talk about the lineups is just read some more of your comment out. Matty on Sean off, in my opinion, says Harky as well. I would love Parker or Howe for next year as manager. can't handle another season of Bruce. I think most Newcastle fans will take a majority of the Premier League managers, even the ones going down, over Bruce. Would you take Allardyce? Would you take Heckingbottom? Let us know in the comments. No matter how badly Arsenal play, they always seem to pull the result out against us. Yeah, I hope that isn't the case today. Callum Wilson's day-to-day huge opportunity to grab 3 points. And 1-0 Newcastle, says Ollie as well. I've just seen that comment. Where have I just put it? There we go. There you go. Thomas, beg pardon. Keenan's went to say Callum Wilson is class for us, in my opinion. He is. Getting the start today, which would be great. And it's crazy the difference in players. Shelby was great under Rafa, but crap under Bruce. Don't know what's going on. Probably Sean Longstaff falls in that category as well. Even to some extent, Miggy to some extent, maybe. 4-2 to us, yabba dabba doo. Good feeling. I love that name, yabba dabba doo. Good feeling Wilson today, the beast. We need 6. Do we need 6 points, Brandon, to stay up? Do we? With Fulham needing 4 wins? Disagree on that. I think a point. A point for me. Jordy Sancaster, the average point to stay up with the last 10 years has been 34.6 points. Come on, believe it. We are safe. How long until TalkSport start banging on about put some respect on Bruce's names? Yeah. The loving. Well, you know what they're like. They're controversial, aren't they? Bruce out. I'll take someone's nan over Bruce. We need a new forward next season. And I think he needs competition. Callum Wilson, for goals, 100% agree on that. Do we need to cash out on Jamal Lewis? Very poor defense. We can't see him getting back into the team anytime soon. Sees Eden. He hasn't been playing, has he? This wing-back system. And he's what's it now? 8 games. He's only came off the bench once in them. Love to see Willix start next game. I'm not happy that he's on the bench at least. Hopefully he is. I would agree on that. Ollie says getting a bit bored of taking the piss out of the Mackhams in League One now, rather just have the derby back at this point. Yeah, obviously Sunderland are stuck in the playoffs now, and we'll see how that goes on. Shelby's a beast under Rafa. Under Bruce, he's a bit of a slug. 3-1 Zello to which team? We're talking Newcastle here. Very confident today, which is an odd feeling. Love if we can beat Arsenal. Brandon must be pissed. Well, there's 2 Brandons in the comments. That's what's confusing me, Jordy Sancaster. Stephen goes on to say if we win today, we'll go up to 12th and we have a better goal difference. Madness. Eggnog, says Graham. Get Jetro back, says Caps. 4-4, the days of Pardew. Thoughts on Joe Linton's form recently, bar the Liverpool game. He's been one of our better players the last few games. I think he has. I think his form has improved the last 6 to 8 weeks. But Wilson has goals. That's the thing. And I would agree, Joe Linton's form has been better. He needs to go up another level, not just one level. You're talking 3, 4, 5 levels, to get it to be a Premier League player. Neil goes on to say we're not safe mathematically yet. Simple as tell it as it is, please. We're not safe on a point. Joe will kind of play. Yes, he's not in the team. Team news is at the bottom of the screen. Give Lewis time. It's his first season. Enrique wasn't great initially either, but he came good. Hope we can do Arsenal. Most of my mates are Gunas, says Simon. Brandon, 3-1 Newcastle win. Dumb it. 2 more wins, seriously, Jordy Sancaster. Right, let's have a look at the team news next, and we'll go through each side. So we'll begin with Arsenal. So we'll have a look at their substitutes bench for you. So we've got a lot of changes from Thursday. You've got Leno. I'll just pull that up a little bit so you can see it a bit better. So their substitutes bench, you've got Leno drops to the bench. Saka, who actually, I've told this story quite a few times. Saka, as a boy, was actually a Newcastle fan because of his dad. So there you go. If you didn't know, the Bakary Saka was a Newcastle fan as a kid. There you go, and learn something new every day if you didn't know that. So he's on the bench. He can be a threat. Cedric Suarez, the right back, on the bench. Thomas Partey drops to the bench as well. Pretty happy to see him drop to the bench because I think he next season's probably a player to watch out for as well. Good to see Fabian Shea on the bench, says Dan as well. Is Adams still MIA? Adams coming back. Adams coming in actually very shortly. So you might have heard the WhatsApp ping before that was him. So he's coming in a second. The only worry today I have is about the ref. And Ian's went to say Arsenal going to win 2-0. So going back to the lineup, then you've got Pepe, who won them the penalty, didn't they, against Villareal. So he's dropped to the bench. Chambers, He drops to the bench. Mari, the Brazilian, drops to the bench. Eddie Nketiah, I'm surprised he hasn't got the start, to be honest with you. So he's on the bench. Smith Rowe drops to the bench. He started in this strange striker role up top the other day. So they have made a lot of changes from the Villareal game. And will that benefit Newcastle? Because a lot of them have. But if we take a look at Arsenal's side now, you can see the starting lineup. But what we'll do is we'll go to this graphic because it looks much better. So there's the Arsenal lineup. And does it scare you? For me, it doesn't. Because if you look at that, they're playing a 4-2-3-1. That's according to the BBC. Matt Ryan comes in goal. I don't think he's a great goalkeeper, by the way. His shots to save ratio is quite poor, even when he was at Brighton as well. I would agree on this statement, Jolly Man, as I brought this up a little bit earlier on. We need to target Xhaka at left back. I would totally agree. He's got no legs, and there is pace on that right hand side for him. For us to go and attack him 100%. Get Murphy, if we can get Murphy going down there, or if we can get Alan Saint-Maximin swapping over there, or even Miggy, there's a yellow card or two there for me. Definitely 100%. 1-0 Wilson to score. And Jax went on to say, what do you think of more or less who? Right. Nearly said it. So from Middlesbrough, new kid on the block. Oh, yes, I know. Nearly said it as well. Adam is in the Metro Centre. No, he's not. He's coming on. We're just waiting for the lads to come in. I hope his families are keeping well as well. Get into Louise early. Walking red card. Going 3-2 to the tune. Wilson penalty, Shelby, and Fernandez bullet header. So going back to the Arsenal lineup then. Bellerin, he's obviously lost his place. Because Arsenal they've got Cedric, they've got Chambers playing there recently. He's kind of dropped to second or third choice now. He's still got lots of pace about him, don't get me wrong. But there's a few mistakes in that Arsenal back four. That's, I think, why a lot of Newcastle fans are feeling pretty confident that we can go in and attack them. If you look at that, there's mistakes. David Luiz, Gabriel, I think he's got one in him. Xhaka's the one to target the most for me. The goalkeeper's not great. Bellerin's been indifferent. There's a lot of optimism there. And then if you look at El Neni, I don't rate him. I didn't rate him. The Egyptian. I know he was out on loan last season. I just didn't think he's that decent. I think he's poor. So there's someone there in midfield that we can target as well. Ceballos alongside him, a lot more creative, on loan again from Real Madrid. He plays because he's suspended for the return game. So he'll play. That's not a surprise. We expected that to take place as well. Carl, just drop yourself in whenever you're ready, mate. So Ceballos will play in centre midfield. He's one that we're looking at. Carl joined us, everybody. Give him some love. Playing with multiple cameras today, are you?
Trying, mate. Trying.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, when you've done that? I've tried that a few times. Doesn't scare you, the Arsenal back, the defence, does it?
No, not at all. I think it's really subpar lineup, mate. Definitely. How long's Xhaka been playing at left back?
I think it's been a few games, and since Tierney's been missing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. I'm quite excited to see Maximin and Wilson go at all four of them, to be honest. Yeah,
hopefully we do target. I was just saying there about obviously the goalkeeper. I didn't rate either. Matty Ryan, the Australian. El Neni, I don't rate. Ceballos, is he top notch? What do you make of him? Do you rate him?
Not as much as everyone else was. Definitely not. I think that Odegaard's obviously got a lot about him, but again, I think he might be injury prone. But yeah, I'm not sold on Ceballos as of yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of good talk about Odegaard. They're looking, a lot of fans like him. They want to keep him on again for next season. Another one on loan as well. A lot of love coming in for you, Carl. Hiya, Carl. Peter Griffin, Thomas has said, hiya, Carl. Afternoon as well. It's accumulation of points, lads. Joey Zangas is joking on as well. And would you give our... Right, okay. I've got to be careful because they've got some Arsenal fans in here. And I don't know if you've seen it on AFTV where some of the girls read out, and it's funny. It's shall we say, it's for adult viewing. Some of the names that they make up. So
yeah, definitely.
I nearly got caught out before. So just brace yourself, Carl, because I think the other lads might get caught out. Carl Abravkas, yeah, a lot of love for you as well. We must brave and get on the front foot early, close them down and stop them from playing out, says Grim. Thank you, Grim, also for continuing to be a member. And then they brought in Martinelli and they brought in Willian from midweek. They've mixed it up. Aubameyang loves a goal against us, Carl.
Yeah, I've not watched too much of them in the last few games. I'm not sure what Aubameyang's form's been like, to be honestly. I know for a while he'd gone off form, and some of the fans weren't happy with how he was performing. But yeah, he's obviously always dangerous. He was someone that we were highly linked with back in the day. Bags of pace, good finisher, tall lad. You know, he's got lots about him, to be fair. So yeah, we've got to keep an eye on him. But yeah, I think the only thing that makes me feel a bit more confident about that is Willian is nowhere near the player that he was.
Agree on that. What's happened to him?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like he's literally just fallen off a cliff in terms of how he used to play. But again, not seen too much of Martinelli, so I can't comment on him. But yeah, it'll be a difficult game, but they're 100% there for the taking. 100%. I genuinely feel like I can't believe I'm saying this. I feel like we've got the strongest side today.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Probably the 11, because their bench. I don't know if have you caught their bench.
I saw briefly.
I'll scroll down. They've made a lot of changes from Thursday. So Saka's dropped, Partey's dropped, Pepe's dropped, Chambers has dropped, Murray's dropped, Smith Rowe's dropped, Leno's dropped. They've dropped like 6 players.
Yeah,
to the bench.
I think, like you said, with Ryan in goal as well, Lee. Like, you know, if Leno was in, and then Partey, maybe lining up with Ceballos rather than El Nene, you know, that strengthens it up straight away. But yeah, I'd like the 11. I feel quite confident.
You just need to dust yourself down, says Jody Sancaster. We're joined by the Mackham Beach lover in Adam Phillips himself. How are you, mate?
Afternoon. How are you doing? Sorry I'm a bit late.
That's all right. Where you been today? Please tell us all.
I got made to go to Europa because I last wanted some pancakes, so I had to go. Smells lovely.
Right, good to see you, Adam, as well. Right, Adam, your quick thoughts on this Arsenal lineup, especially the defence.
Yeah, I mean, I just caught briefly what Carl said. I fancy something today. I think if we can play our game, there's no reason we can't get a win. Xhaka playing out of position, it looks like there. I'm not a big fan of David Luiz. Bellerin's not consistent all the time. So, yeah, I think it's, I'm not going to get overconfident, but go into a game confident for once.
Right, then let's talk about the tune. We've got just over 10 minutes to kick off. So Simon's just said, Adam, long time no see. Glad just let you out for a couple of hours. Right.
I'll take all the stick.
Up the tune, and I'm not reading out your name title. I can see what's going on here, Carl, can't you?
Yeah.
you can see what's going on. These are going to be caught out by weird names in today's stream. I can just see it. And these are going to be on other videos. I can just see it. All right, the substitutions, Matty and Elliot Anderson return, Carl. Are you happy about that?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have minded either of them starting today. I kind of, I was doing a video for the members, but I didn't manage to get it out in time. I kind of feel like today's maybe like a free hit because I can't see Fulham winning the rest of their games. We've got them to play. We've got Sheffield United to play. I would have been happy to change anything up today, to be honest, or do whatever we can to go out and attack them. Although, I feel like I'd have preferred to see Matty in for John Joe, play Matty and Sean together. See, put a bit more dynamism in the midfield, see what we can do. But yeah, I'd love to see both of them play.
Yeah, I agree. And then if you look at the bench, Adam, I think we've been very fortunate, and Bruce has actually got it right the last few games, bringing on subs and having game changers. For me, there isn't really a game changer off the bench now. We've lost Willix and Wilson starts. So who do you turn? Well, the obvious question, it's going to be Joe Linton or Gale, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Gale's, he's done well when he's come in. It's just he's not scoring the goals, is he? And Joe Linton's been better than he was the first half of the season. Still poor, but better than he was the first half. So we've lost that bit of spark. Maybe he's coming off the bench, but unknown players like Elliot Anderson, it's good. I'd like to see him get run out today. It's good to see Shaw back on the bench. Longstaff, don't know what's really going on with him, do we? I think he's only played 5 or 6 games this season, if that. So, yeah, not much coming off the bench today, but hopefully the first 11 get it done.
Yeah, a lot of people saying wind up David Luiz, you've got a red card in there. I think that's the same for Xhaka. I think it's exactly the same with that as well. Brandon's in the comments as well. Good afternoon, Carl and Adam. Good luck with today's stream. Score predictions, Adam and Carl. Go on then, he's me as well.
I think I'm quite confident. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle.
Go on then, Adam.
I'll go 1-0 Newcastle. I think we might keep a clean sheet as well.
Nice against Aubameyang, yeah. I've got 1-1. I think a draw. I think it'll be fine for Newcastle. Let's talk about the starting lineup. There's only one change, which of course is Callum Wilson comes into that lineup. He's been off the bench the last 2-3 games. Adam, are you delighted to see him start now?
Yeah, I mean, Bruce, he got a bit stick last week for not starting him. I think he's managed him well. To be fair to Steve Bruce, he's drip fed him games. He's come on, and he makes a huge difference to the team. And with no disrespect to Gail Gillin, Wilson's just a different class. And hopefully next season, we're playing Premier League football, we'll be able to cheer him on in the ground, because that's one thing he's probably missed is how adored he is by the Newcastle fans. We've never seen him play live yet, so that's a shame. But hopefully we'll be able to next season.
Yeah, hopefully we can in the penultimate game. If we're allowed back in, if you are watching, if you can smash that like button, that'd be fantastic. We are trying to go over 200 today. If we do over 200, we'll do some McDaft on camera for you, no doubt. And Carl will. Keep your comments coming as well. We'll be reading them out as ever, and I'll be handing the reins over to Carl in about 5 minutes' time. Who is Johnny joining us today? Is it Johnny as well? Is that right?
Yeah.
The birthday boy,
the birthday boy, Johnny. So make sure you give him a lot of stick, as well as happy birthday wishes as Johnny joins us very shortly. But yeah, Wilson in the lineup, definitely. And like I say, that Arsenal defense is him and Saint-Maximin. If Saint-Maximin has the license just to run left and right against their defense, there's yellow cards galore there, Carl, isn't there? And their Arsenal back four.
Oh, definitely. I just I hope it's one of those days where he literally just runs riot. You could see David Luiz potentially getting sent off. He's a clumsy centre half, massively. Could see a couple of bookings from him, either on Wilson or Maximin, definitely. Do
you see any weakness with Arsenal's players against inside? Like, if you look at our midfield, do you think that's enough, Shelvey and Longstaff, to get the better of Ceballos and El Neni? Adam, I'll come to you on that.
I think the weakness in our midfield, Shelvey, work rate wise. Obviously, we know we can pick the pass out that he doesn't do often enough, but Longstaff's starting to look a bit better. You know what you're going to get with Almiron. Just to know if is Shelvey, if we're looking to build the squad for next year, I'll be getting rid of Shelvey, and to start afresh in that midfield. So hopefully he has a good game today, proves us wrong. He's due a goal, so we'll see.
Yeah, you would hope so, because I don't rate there too. And we've got 3 with Miggy as that extra man in there. We could have the extra advantage in that. I think Aubameyang despite his poor form, there's going to be probably a lot of communication, because Aubameyang's probably going to hover on that left-hand side. And if Murphy's bombing on, that's, for me, Fernandes needs to talk to Murphy quite a bit, because the last thing you want, and you were seeing it's what was the goal there where Fernandes was pulled out wide and they scored, they pulled it back. What game was that? It was only a couple of games back.
Can't remember.
Do you know when Fernandes was pulled out on the right-hand side and come back and Dummett didn't follow his man? I'm trying to think of what game that was. The last thing I want is Fernandes being pulled out wide, because Aubameyang and Martinelli, he's a good talent. A lot of pace on him, a lot of trickery as well. Do you think that back five, Carl, is our back five for the rest of the season now?
Yeah, I do. I saw that Matt Ritchie might not have made the game. I don't know. I think I saw that. So I wouldn't have minded Jamal Lewis dropping in today. But yeah, I'll be happy with that. Kieran Clark just needs to try and find that form that he had at the start of the season. and what we're used to, because he's had a couple of a few off games over the last few weeks. But yeah, I'm more than happy with that back five, especially like you say with Murphy being able to bomb on and providing width and crosses in, as well as being able to defend quite well, to be fair to him.
Adam, although we don't have a great record down there, do you expect Arsenal to have most of the possession today?
Yeah, I think that's what would be expected. It's usually our game plan. The last few weeks when we have been getting the results, the fullbacks have been pushing on, Richie and Murphy getting crosses in the box, and that's been dangerous on the counter attack. But yeah, any Arsenal game, I think any it's not the Arsenal of old, but usually we do sit back, let them have a lot of the ball. They do a lot of sideways passing, which frustrates the Arsenal fans. Yeah, just let them have the ball, let them pass around at the back. Hopefully we can set pieces and crosses to deal where we hammer them.
And then the last question before we come off this graphic is, if we are mathematically safe in a couple of games, Carl, do you see a lot of players starting to start playing a lot more? I mean, like Fabian Schär getting some minutes, maybe Darlow might come back in. You might see Matty get a bit of a run out. You might see Gale start a couple of games, maybe Elliot Anderson. Can you see that happening?
Yeah, if I'm even, I don't think any manager in their right mind shouldn't be based, like, as soon as we're mathematically safe, completely rearranging the team and just allowing everyone to be able to get minutes, mate, yeah, and keep everyone rested.
I bet that's just confused Adam there. Adam is using multiple cameras today. So you might,
now he's all over the place.
You might say Carl in 2 different locations today.
Usual professional. I'm like, I've got my phone balanced on a box of nappies.
You sound like the true Geordie. I mean, didn't he used to use an iron board or something on his iPhone?
Something like that.
Aye. We're waiting on Johnny to come, but I'm going to drop out, and we also have, obviously, with the Euros coming up this summer, we've got loads and loads of England kits with Shearer on the back. Have a look at this.
Right then. How's your weekend been, mate?
Aye, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Yours?
Yeah, similar. Mate. Just decorating the nursery, which is why I'm now in this room. I just finished my studio, and then I've had to literally just rip it apart. Devastated.
Yeah, well, no, well.
I know.
How's the missus doing, all right?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. How about yours?
Yeah, can he just 6-month-old next week? I don't know where the time goes, man.
That's ridiculous.
But looking forward to this. First watch along I've done in a while, so
yeah, same, mate. I'm looking forward to it as well. I do think we can get a result. I'm quite confident. I'm not that worried about Arsenal today. I don't know why.
I think I think if Fulham had won last night, it would have been game on again. But because they keep losing and run out of games, I think they're not going to catch us now. They're not going to win the last 4 games. So yeah, I think hopefully the players just play with a bit more freedom now. The pressure's a bit off a bit now. You think of the pressure that was on the West Ham game. We went and won that, so hopefully there's a bit of freedom about the play today. Like, because Arsenal are still massively under pressure. They've got a big game Thursday. So
of course, yeah.
I mean, I've never even heard of the goalkeeper.
Wasn't he the lad that was at Brighton?
Was he?
I don't know.
It's a great word.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Mate.
Thank you very much. How he's doing?
Good, mate. You?
Good, mate. You?
All right, actually. Not too bad. Not too bad. Just, to be fair, it's just, I don't know how I feel about this game, to be fair.
Really?
It's a bit relaxed, isn't it? It's like there doesn't feel like as much pressure on it. So
didn't think like that a month ago, I have to be honest. But we'll take it.
No, I think Fulham getting beat last night, that's they ran out of chances now, like, for me. Fulham had to win last night.
It's weird. I don't think it's me and you a day, Adam. Like we're never. I don't think we're ever on a lot too long, have we?
No, I think we're doing this and scoring the players as well. So with a few cans and then waiting for line of duty tonight. Line of duty.
Oh, here again. This is where it's all starting now, isn't it?
Already.
To be fair, you're on the countdown on the bottles today because that's all I've got in the fridge, but I've got like 8 of them, so they're like little half pints, but it feels like 4 pints.
What do you think of the starting lineup, Johnny?
Happy enough with it, mate. I would have started Willix. I've just kicked off on mine. I don't know if you kicked off on him.
I'm a bit behind, mate. Don't worry.
I'm happy with the team, mate. Happy with the team. I wanted Wilson to start. From what I saw against Liverpool last week, I don't think Joelinton did a lot wrong, but you want your best players playing. As simple as that. You want your best players playing. And Wilson is our best player. I know you're a massive fan of Wilson, aren't you, Adam? Like, I always remember towards the start of the season, you, especially against Crystal Palace, you saying he was the difference.
Yeah, he just gives us that, no disrespect to Gale or Joelinton. But he's just a different quality. I was just saying to Lee before, I can't wait till I'm sat in my seat next year, watch him live, cheer him on, because he's never had that yet. So I'm just kicking off now, mate. So I'm about a minute behind.
Oh, you're about a minute behind then.
Yeah, same. It's a Sky Go for me. Bloody thing.
Yeah, big day for Mikel. You're on a day.
Definitely.
Big day for Mikel.
Hopefully, he'll feel like there's less pressure on him as well.
Well, I think if he has a poor performance, I think he's probably going to be the one that gets dropped for Willett next week, mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't know. I feel like I'm surprised Arsenal haven't made I was expecting some of the kids to be playing for Arsenal today. Like they're playing their biggest game of the season.
Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah. Like they're not a Champions League team by any stretch, but if you're potentially 2 wins away, Man United will probably think actually it wouldn't be a bad thing if Arsenal playing Champions League football with respect because they'll probably finish outside the top 4 again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who knows? But it's quite a strong team for Arsenal, I think.
I've never heard the goalkeeper.
I'm sure it's the lad that was at Brighton, isn't it, Johnny?
Yeah, it was Matt Ryan. But Arsenal got to have some sort of reaction, haven't they, to the defeat on Thursday? So they'll be thinking, we've got to play and do well and get 3 points on the board. So
I think all it is for me, mate, is I just like the likes of Xhaka being at left back and things like that. Just a bit like we got a chance. Do you know what I mean?
Last few years, we haven't got a good record against Arsenal, but last few years, you think you can have a go at this Arsenal team. You really can't. Yeah. They're not as good as they make out. I think if we're at St James's today, I think a lot of Newcastle fans would think, you know what, just really get into them because they're not that good. And I think even Arsenal fans would admit they're not that good.
No, I think most Arsenal fans are pretty realistic now where they're meant to be. Is Arteta the man to take them forward? He's a lot of inexperience there. You think of how much Wenger's experience kept them together for years.
I think the jury's still out on Arteta. I really don't. I don't think he's any better than that Emery for Arsenal. I really don't. But
no, I agree.
Look, at the end of the day, if he gets them in the Champions League, that'll give him more time. So,
where are they at in the league at the minute?
They're in the bottom half. We were saying before. Roy Keane was asked before, what do you expect from Arsenal today? Very little. I thought it was quite good, but the thing is, he's probably he's so used to when he was playing. You remember the Man United Arsenal games when he was playing them for a good 7 or 8 years, on maybe just under a decade. And you think, wow, they were the games. They're like Man City, Liverpool's are now. They were the games you wanted to watch. You'd make sure you had time to watch it. But
yeah, had some quality teams over the years,
yeah. Arsenal started well so far. I have to be honest. I know we've been slagging them off a little bit, but they have started pretty well. We haven't really kind of got into our groove yet.
But it feels much better, the pressure being off us now. 9 points now, Fulham only 4 games left. We're only really a result away now from safety. So,
well, I think we're already safe. You've got to expect Fulham to win your last 4 for us to be taken over, and that's without us taking any more points. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. I think we're fine. that win at that point against Liverpool. Unbelievable.
Massive, yeah.
You look at this Arsenal defence, it's got so much problems. Here's Arsenal in the attack now. 1-0 Arsenal, El Neni.
Fucking
That's
hell.
such a shocking goal, that.
Just bashed him before the game as well.
Such a shocking. It's really poor. It's David Luiz with a ball. Bayerin's on that right-hand side, the right back. Cross comes in and Aubameyang misses it. And it comes back to El Neni on the edge of the box, on the volley, or half volley. And I think Dubrafica's got to do better for me. I really don't know. I'm just watching it again now. Bayerin, right-hand side. Looking for Arteta, who miskicks it. El Neni. It's hit well, but I'm expecting Dubravka to save that.
How many times have you said that?
Yeah, I think Dubravka's got to save that for me. But Arsenal started well.
Top class goalkeeper he is, but there's always that thing where there's a couple of goals getting past and it shouldn't, like.
Like Aubameyang does terrible to miss it, but you don't expect El Neni to be the one on the edge of the box. It's a strong enough hand as well from Dubravka. It is a strong enough hand. I think he's got to do better.
Oh well, that's my prediction out the window.
Mine was 2-1. I thought Newcastle. Like I say, it's still quite early on in the game, but I don't see Newcastle losing this game. But I think that'll probably change now.
I said the same. I said 2-1 as well, mate. But...
Yeah. Dubravka's got to save it for me, but it's poor because Richie's kind of just Bayern's has got him for pace, but Aubameyang should score really. Aubameyang should get a better connection, but he comes back to Mohamed El Neni, not Mohamed Salah, both Egyptian, but bloody El Neni. Just doesn't sound like a footballer, does he? El Neni.
No. He usually doesn't look like one either, but it's typically playing.
It was an awkward one as well. Like, definitely got to do better.
He'll do better here. He's got to do better. Thing is, I was thinking about the goalkeeping situation a couple of weeks ago. And I thought that's the reason you put Dubravka in net. And you look at that game against Liverpool. How many saves did he make? Like absolutely loads of saves. And then you look at the Wolves mistake. You look at today. I would say he's got to do better. But he doesn't really have many clangers in him. I would expect him to win this. I think he should have scored there, but saved it. But see what happens. Saint-Maximin on the ball.
Yeah, I'm sticking with a 2-1 win.
Take them all on. Nearly.
Young club.
Nearly.
Steve, thank you very much for the donation already, mate.
Man, the myth, the legend, Steve. We all love Steve, yeah.
How did that go, Steve? I heard you've done a little vlog.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Saint-Maximin and Wilson today.
He does well there. Yeah.
I want to see
your team is garbage when you let El Nani score.
Oh, I know.
Aubameyang hat-trick.
It's one of them things that can... Now we're pretty much safe. The complacency can go one way. You know, it can make you play better or just get humped, you know, switch off. So...
Problem is, though, Adam, if we lose to Arsenal and lose to Leicester next week, and then we've got Man City, you're down to 2 games potentially, and then you're back to 36 points, and people will start questioning, well, if Fulham win the next 2, and then they're on 33, you're thinking, we definitely need to beat Sheffield United before we play them. But
yeah, I said to Carl before, if Fulham had won last night, I would have been extremely nervous knowing our next 2 games. So yeah, but I can't see Fulham winning 4. I really can't.
They've won 5.
We've got Southampton, Burnley coming up on there, so the 2 winnable games. But
Southampton, Burnley, and us, and then I think they've got Man United. So I don't think they're beating Man United.
It's a fair point as well. Salah scored early deals for Liverpool, didn't they?
Yeah, I suppose.
We're in it.
Need to start bettering games if that's the case, because we can't be relying on 95th minute equalisers. We haven't even got Joe Willix on the bench today.
The thing is, it's like, if we stay up, is it going to be the same stuff next year? Probably. You know, a long, hard struggle next season.
the thing is, they're going to have to be as clever as they were in the market last summer. They've got a young left back who's got potential. I'm not completely written off Jamal Lewis just yet. I just think he needs to work on defensively. I think more defensively than anything else.
Would you get rid of Shelby, Johnny?
2 seconds, because I just think it's Bellerin on the edge of the box and then it's gone out to Gateshead. No. The problem is, Adam, everyone's slating Shelby, right? But have we got anybody better in mind to come in and do something like that? You look at the options on the bench. Matty Longstaff can't get a game for love and the money. He just seems to be one of those players that just Steve Bruce just either doesn't trust him just yet, or doesn't think it's good enough just yet. Maybe the thing is, it's a difficult one with Matty Longstaff because he's got a year left on his contract. What do you do? Do you sell him? Do you put him out on loan for half a season, hoping that he can do well in that half a year and then put him in the first team, or do you just actually give him a chance in the first team? That's the problem.
Yeah.
But Shelby, yes, we know Shelby's not playing well enough, but you need like better players to say, yeah, we should be playing like some X, Y, and Z rather than Shelby, if that makes sense. But
I just feel I feel if he stays there, I mean, I don't slate Shelby all the time. I just feel if he stays there, we're going to continue to build a team around him, and I think sometimes he hinders other people getting in the team. Because even when he's not playing well, he stays in the team, and I don't know. I just think how old is he now? Is he still like 28, 29?
I would say 29. I think he's
So
he's not quite 30 yet, but this is where you're meant to be in your prime of your career, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we should be talking about them. Same as I say the same about Lascelles. We should be talking about playing for England, and we don't because they're not up to them levels.
Newcastle got a free kick here, just inside about 10 yards inside the Arsenal half.
Hold on, I'm just going to 2 seconds.
He's gone. If he's gone and Newcastle score, you can stay off.
Definitely.
Richie with the free kick. I thought you might play it short to saint-maximin, but he's not going to. He's going to cross it in. Oh, Richie. Fernandez flicked on and out for... No, not for a goal kick. Jack was just being a bit cute there. But, yeah, Newcastle haven't really got into it yet. Really haven't got into it. I thought the first goal was quite crucial for us because I thought if we could get the first goal, I think Arsenal would probably just give up. But
yeah,
they've done all right.
Play the tea lady over Shelby. Brandon says, I will sell Shelby, especially the high wage he is on.
But you've got to think, are Newcastle going to spend a lot of money on a centre midfielder this year? When I think I would personally say right back is more of a priority than a centre midfielder.
Yeah, we definitely need a real fullback, definitely. And that's no disrespect to Jacob Murphy, obviously, but he's not a right back, is he? At the end of the day,
he's having trouble with Martinelli. Yeah.
Don't agree with it, but in on ASM, maybe a shout out. We could get another good striker and a centre midfielder for the. I understand what you're saying, Hans.
How much would you get for him?
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because he hasn't played a full season this season. He had a lot of time off. Yes, he's come back and done very, very well. But I don't think we've had a consistent season out of him where he's been, he's lit the world a lot. So based on this, I think we'd get maybe slightly higher than what we paid for him. And I mean, like maybe. Pardon?
Paid 12 mil for him.
No, I think it was 17.5, mate.
Was
it? Before add-ons.
Oh, was it add-ons, is it?
Yeah. So I think we could get 20 million for him. I don't think
that's over the top.
No.
You can't remember, he's got 2 years on his contract. He's obviously signed a new deal last year. So he's got 2 years left on the deal.
Because you know what a lot of people say? A lot of people say, oh, yeah, we want 40, 50 million for him. And there's potential for that. But he's not there yet. Nowhere near there yet. For me.
If he's worth 20 million, what's that ASM worth?
Pardon?
If he's worth 20 million, what's ASM worth?
I don't know.
If you're there, I should say.
It's a difficult one. Because again, like, he's obviously got a much higher ceiling, 100%. But he's had an on and off season as well, hasn't he?
I think ASM is all about potential.
Yeah, there's absolutely like the ceiling for him is massive, mate.
It's all about potential. I just think if I was him, if I was his agent, I'd be saying, well, why would you want to leave now? Not necessarily leave Newcastle just because he's obviously loved by the fans, but I would want another full season out of him and just say you'll get a big move if you do one good season at Newcastle, like one full good season, because Newcastle they'll take a bid for him, especially if that's still in charge.
100%. I think that I agree with you 100%, mate. And I think we've spoken about in previous watch-alongs, and I don't care what someone's motivation is anymore, because football's not how it used to be. If your motivation to play well is to get a better move, then fine. It is what it is. We have to accept that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there he is.
I was trying to sort this out. I've just gone Now TV and bought it because he's been behind.
Long staff.
Sky Go infuriates me. They're still like a minute behind.
All I'm saying is that, and we know someone that works for a company that's showing this showing this match today. All I'm saying, okay. Now I think this bloke should potentially help us out and maybe making it a bit easier for everybody. But I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. But ASM's on a run here, and just maybe sort something out. Like I don't think that's too much to ask personally. I don't know about you, Adam, but
no. But we free membership all on.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be too bad if all my stuff was downstairs. I'd be all right. I'll just have the missus whinging at me that she wouldn't be able to watch a fucking Grey's Anatomy or something like that.
Well, that's a tough one, like Grey's Anatomy or Newcastle v Arsenal at this minute. We're getting a bit of a foothold in the game. I'm not saying we're properly involved just yet, but we're not letting Arsenal just kind of dictate us today. Even though they won the love, I should mention. I'm not letting Newcastle spoil my birthday. Not happening.
You doing much after the game, mate?
I'm going round to my parents' house, just having a few drinks. There's a few people coming around. If anybody's listening, it's just 6 people coming around. Outside in the back garden.
Yeah.
Get the Chinese and that. It's difficult, mate, because obviously it's raining where I am as well, which isn't helping.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, lashing down rain.
Saying that though, I went to town yesterday. I went to Mayfair. Used to be Sam Jack's, Adam, in Newcastle.
Oh yeah. Is it reopened this summer, is it?
Yeah, really nice. Oh my
You saw
God.
Sam Jack's.
Yeah. What a place back in the day.
Yeah.
Yo! Saint-Maximin. First proper effort on goal for Newcastle. Look, switch ball by Fernandez. Richie. He has Miggy. Edge of the box. It was a poor pass, really, but went to Saint-Maximin. Dazzles in the box, and he hits it on the ground, hits the ball on the ground, and it bounces over Ryan, who makes a fingertip save. But it was going in. Actually hits off his other foot. Don't know how you've managed that, Mike. But yeah, it's a corner for Newcastle.
Come on, get it in.
What's going on at Old
Old Trafford? I'm guessing it's the yeah. I'm guessing it's the protest, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Is this? I don't know.
I'll
have to tell us.
You have to tell us in the comments what's going on at Old Trafford. I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing it's the protest because of the ESL. But I think they had planned protests anyway, didn't they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Solskjaer was trying to get them all to calm down a bit. Like,
oh, is that what it is? Fans stormed onto the pitch, smashing cameras and stuff. That's what someone's just put in the comments. I don't know if that's.
Oh yeah, Abraxka. So he wouldn't lie about that. To be fair.
No.
Interesting.
Smashing cameras and stuff. Is that bad? Like, is it?
That's what happens, though, isn't it? You get people. The cause, like what people are doing for the cause, I understand, but like Jesus Christ, like that's not the way to go about it.
Yeah. Yellow card for Xhaka here. Foul on Saint-Maximin. It's a bit of a naughty one, actually. It is a bit of a naughty one. It's all over Sky Sports News, apparently.
Protest against the Glazers. See, the thing is, like, I don't want to upset any Man United fans, but I love the Glazers because they own Tampa Bay Buccaneers and we won the Super Bowl. So, sorry, but I appreciate where you're coming from when it comes to football.
The thing is, they're always going to get that with Newcastle and Man United. It's the biggest club in England, really, isn't it? Or some would argue Liverpool, but I say them as the biggest club in England personally. And you, like, mental, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. It is. They're saying the Liverpool Man U game might get called off.
No way. Are they actually on the pitch?
Yeah, apparently.
Manchester United fans protesting against Glazers owner have broken into the ground. Bloody hell.
Jeez.
But the thing is, there's protests and there's protests, but
yeah,
they're going to get heard if they're on the bloody pitch. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
They'll say it's not the right way to do it, but Solskjaer's stuck between a rock and a hard place there because he can't piss off his owners, he can't piss off his boss, but he's adored by the fans, and it's just not good. Oh, the people seem to be leaving now, so apparently it's maybe calmed down a bit. The thing is, if you're going to get a European Super League, setting off flares on the pitch, if you're going to get a European Super League, then I'm not surprised.
Definitely not.
You're going to get things like that.
Chinese Geordie, where have you been, mate?
Oh, terrible.
Where have you been? Haven't seen you for weeks.
I want a bit more of Mickey Almer on, I have to be honest. We are sitting too deep there, Geordie Sandcaster, we are, but it's a bit like, to be honest, it's a bit like the which game was it? It's a bit like the Spurs game a little bit. We were a bit deep to start with, and then we thought, well, we actually can play against these lot.
Yeah.
Dare I say it, we're missing Joe Linton? Dare I say it?
He brings something different. What that is, I don't know. But...
to be fair, this is the team I would have gone with today.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have gone for anything different. I know people don't like Shelley, but he was always going to play, so this is what I would have gone with. I would have made that change. I would have put Wilson in from the start. Yeah.
No, I'm with you 100%, mate. I'm with you 100%. I wanted everything as I want us to go as attacking as possible today because, like I said, I kind of saw it as a free hit after Chelsea beating Fulham yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, isn't it? Oh, I think Adam's gone for a bit, isn't he?
Oh, okay. Let me just change that.
Oh, just the two of us, Carly.
Yeah.
I don't think Newcastle are the masters of short goal kicks, but it's sort of worked for us. Okay. The game's just settled down, and I think it's all about us now. Because if Arsenal would be quite happy just playing at a very slow tempo, just make it nice and comfortable for them, because they probably just want a nice, easy afternoon. They've got that game on Thursday. We need to actually go out and do something, and I think they'll just want to try and get us on the counter attack. That's
definitely
nothing. Got to target Xhaka now. He's on a yellow card.
This is it. Like, you could have put your house on him getting a yellow card today.
Oh,
I genuinely think, I think he might get he'll either struggle to stay on the pitch or Arteta will have to make a decision to sub him. Because him having Wilson and ASM running at him is going to be difficult for him. So
poor from Miggy. Has all the time in the world and decides to take almost like a impossible touch straight for Arsenal. It's like, honestly, something that you wouldn't even see on a Sunday league pitch, that man.
So, how old are you today, Johnny, by the way? 21 again?
Oh, just about, mate. Just
Yeah.
about. I don't know. I'm the same age as what Stephen Taylor's shirt number is.
Can't remember what that is.
There you go.
Fair enough.
You go. Commenting
Like it,
below.
though. I like it. Shelby's like Corona. No matter how much you try and get rid of it, it's always there. Jesus Christ.
That's a bit brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just in the chat. Fair enough. Stephen Taylor's number. I won't shout it out on here.
Yeah, 19.
A lot of Miggy's touches have been ineffective so far. I barely remember him having a substantial touch of the ball.
I'll tell you what's a bit of an interesting contest at the minute is Martinelli versus Jacob Murphy, because I thought Martinelli had the better of it to start with.
Yeah.
But Jacob Murphy's just kind of, last couple of battles, he seems to have won it back a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Completely off topic. Did you catch any of the boxing last night, mate?
I was out in Newcastle. I was just saying before.
Oh, okay.
I was just kind of just dozing off when Parker and Chisora started. To be honest, I wasn't really interested in that Chisora Parker fight because I kind of expected Chisora to lose. But by the look of this, from what I've seen, he probably should have won. I've seen bits. I've seen the highlights, but I don't think it was a 116, 111 fight. I think you could argue either way.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've not watched it full yet, but I would probably, from what I saw, I think Chisora was a bit unlucky. But Newcastle just started to do a bit of attacking. ASM's still our main threat. If ASM's not firing for Newcastle, we do seem to struggle a little bit.
Definitely. That's what worries me. Newcastle game is just a sideshow now for us American viewers. They're still going on about it with the actual footy game on mute. But it's just as well you got Johnny in here commentating, mate.
I know.
Just as well.
I know. That's what you get, though. I'm sorry, but that's what you get. Those 6 clubs that signed up for that European Super deal knew exactly what they were going to get. And you've got Man United versus Liverpool. Oh, here we go. Oh, Cross and Richie. I thought Callum was going to reach the end of it. It was a bit too much on it. But no, going back on that Super League, those 6 clubs signed what they were going to what they wanted to do. And particularly Man United and Liverpool, they seem to be the real the biggest noise was coming from there. They need to
100%.
And you're looking at Man United Liverpool, it's the biggest game in England by a stretch. Another chance here for Arsenal. Bellerin blocked by Richie. Biggest game in England. All the eyes are going to be on it. You're going to make a protest. Xhaka for Arsenal. What a save, Dubravka. Great save. There he is.
What minute are you on, Johnny?
28.
So I've just paid for that Now TV, and I'm still 40 seconds behind. It's a waste of tenner.
It's fucking bollocks, mate.
I had to go and activate. I had to go and activate it on my phone, so that's what I've been doing, and I'm still 40 seconds behind.
What are you on now, exactly?
27:40.
No, you're about 30 seconds behind me. 35 seconds max.
I'm just at that Bellerin chance now. I thought if you paid for it on Sky Go and Now TV, you were live, like, or something.
No, mate. Like I use Sky Go, and I'm 10 seconds behind you, Adam.
Mikel Neron. I'll try not to spoil it for Adam.
That's fine.
But cleared off the line. It's El Neni again. He's going to get a hat-trick today.
It's great save by Dubravka, that one from just before that chance. Like.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Simon, it's not me TV. It's an actual link I've got. It's just I was saying to Brandon last week, it'll like flicker to go right to normal, and then sometimes it can go like 5 seconds, 10 seconds behind. But it like stops for a second, and then it takes it like 10 seconds to a bang on time bomb. while I'm on the streams. I've only had one kind of bad incident was Burnley. I thought it was going to go off.
Let me message you, Johnny, because I'm going to use it because like Sky Go is ridiculous.
Mine's called releasesky.com.
Okay.
So do you have to sign up with anything? Or?
No, just got to click the link. But obviously, everybody in Newcastle Fans TV should not be clicking dodgy links for streams of football, should we?
Absolutely not.
This is something that we are not happy with at all.
Mine's frozen anyway. Like it's 10 quid.
Honestly, mate, like, Now TV and Sky Go are a joke.
Well, I thought it was live. That's why I went and paid it.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, I've got Sky Go live, and I'm like behind you anyway.
God.
Who's that yellow card for? Miggy. Miggy's got a yellow card. It's not my kind of player, Miggy, get a yellow card, but he was a bit late. So Bios went down like an absolute fanny, like, but we'll forget about that. Yeah, it's just this game just needs somebody like to do something in terms of Newcastle. Like, I think it is an ASM kind of character.
Yeah. Has he been on the ball much, Johnny, or not?
He's had his moments. He's had his moments, Adam. He's had our best effort. But Arsenal
Yeah,
are very
basically.
comfortable.
That's exactly what's happened, Simon.
That's exactly it. Wounded.
Bring that up in arbitration. Talking about piracy, no fucking wonder.
It's right though.
Yeah, if you're looking for no, I think Wilson's getting a bit annoyed here. Wilson's getting very annoyed.
Just not getting the ball.
No. With what he's had at him, he's won a couple of free kicks, which you expect from him. I just think he'll be thinking, why am I'd rather have been playing against West Ham and Burnley and teams like that, and not Arsenal, where you don't really get a lot of the ball. I think let's see the possession stats. I think Arsenal must be on at least 70%. Like,
are we giving them a bit too much respect? Would you say?
Yes, I would agree with that. I think the first goal's probably been the one where we've given them a respect and gone, actually, they might be a little bit better than what we are. Well, Martinelli's beaten Murphy again. Ceballos, that should be offside or free kick, one of the two. So what did you used to do for your 27th birthday?
Oh, God knows.
A long time ago.
Yeah. 5 years ago now.
Yeah, same. I genuinely don't know. I can't remember.
No, probably something to do with drink.
It's just so frustrating. Like I was just saying, like if it was an extra 2 weeks, I'd have gone all weekend. But it's like it's freezing. Like I went out yesterday and had a few drinks. One of my mates actually was quite funny. The barmaid couldn't have been any older than 18 or 19. And we're having a few drinks and a few shots and everything. And his girlfriend wanted a porn star martini. And he goes, "Oh, can I have another porn star, please?" And this girl just looked at him going, "What are you about?" Like, she just didn't have a clue. And like my mate got all red and everything, man. But yeah, it was good. It's good. If you ever get a chance to go to Newcastle and for a night out, if any 4 people are on the viewers, Mayfair and Newcastle, they don't sponsor us. This is just my opinion, but it was actually quite a good little place. It used to be Sam Jack's, and Sam Jack's was the place to go when you were about 18 or 19 in Newcastle. Had the big rodeo. Do you remember the bull, Adam?
Yeah, I used to love Sam Jackson on a match day. The DJ used to be it's like be class crack.
Aye.
I can't remember the name of the fat lad they used to get on the stage, for some reason, and they used to just have like 1,000 Newcastle fans watching him strip. So it was like, what was his name? Was it Goldie or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. It's too many pints in.
Right. I think I might be on the same one as you, Johnny, now. Try.
What are you on now?
I think I'm trying to get on the same one as you.
Ah, right. Well, the same link?
Yeah, 33 minutes, 17 seconds I'm on now.
Nah, that's not near me. Like, you were probably closer before the Sky Go. To be fair, occasionally where I work, the Wi-Fi is exceptional because of who I work for. And if I need to do videos or anything, like, or I've already done videos, I'll go and use their Wi-Fi. I get like quick, like it takes like a minute to upload. It's absolutely insane how quick it is. It really, really is. And when I've been watching, like if I've been on my breaks and then Newcastle have been playing occasionally, I'm literally like 5 seconds behind max. It's the same with like the Amazon, like with my Amazon account. Like my Amazon account, I think it was like 10 seconds behind when I was watching Newcastle. Yeah, I think it was against Liverpool or something. I was like 10 seconds behind or something.
So what are you on at the moment, Johnny?
Pardon?
What are you on at the moment?
35.03.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying. Like a Arsenal corner. Bloody hell. Is that El Neni winning another header from Arsenal?
Another one.
Another header. Oh, it's not. It's not El Neni. I thought it was at first. It's David Luiz got the same sort of hair. They just flicked it on towards the back post for people that are on the stream, and Wilson clears it for another corner, but it's also been really comfortable. I'm quite disappointed with how Newcastle played first half. We have not won a header. We have not won a header from anything at the minute. It's another header that Arsenal have had here. It hasn't come to anything, but another bloody header.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. No, I'm just going to have to watch it on Now TV. I'll just have to watch it 30 seconds play.
I'll do that, mate. Just do Now TV because it seems to be your quickest one, like. And that is why people get so frustrated with fucking John Joe Shelby. Where to God, he picks the ball up just outside, just inside our half, and looking for, I think it was Jacob Murphy on the right hand side, and it goes straight into the hands of Matt Ryan. And you just think to yourself, that's why Newcastle fans get frustrated.
Yeah, I think we just how many.
What's your link, Matt? What have you got?
Yeah, it's not been great, has it? It's not been great at all.
Will you just try and get the tickets if we're allowed back in for the Sheffield United game or not? I don't know how the club will do it, like, but
I think it'll be interesting, maybe, because I think what they'll do is all the season ticket holders that were still paying. I think they'll how many there were. So say there was like 12,000, they pick 10,000 out of a hat and do it randomly, or does it go to people that are on loyalty points?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be the fair way.
I think we'll say the people that have still been paying their season ticket money will get first priority. But I don't know if that's a fair way. I don't know if you agree that's a fair way.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just put it to general public and first come first served. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. Because obviously we've got about 35,000 season ticket holders. How can you keep them all happy? You know, most of them probably would. I mean, personally, I'm not that bothered until it's full again. Like, I mean, if I got the opportunity, I would, but I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't kick up a fuss if I didn't get a ticket for it. But
it's one game, isn't it? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it's going to be an empty stadium. It's not the best. You'll feel like supporting Sunderland sat there. So I didn't really fancy it. Like, but I think they might just put them on general sale, and whoever wants one tries to get one. Like.
I don't know. I think they'll try and get. I think it'll be for season ticket holders. I really do. I think whoever's been a season ticket holder who has been still paying, because that's what they'll come down. It'll come down to money, won't it? If you've been paying your season ticket money, they'll go, right, we'll reward you. But this is again how many out of 10,000 is them? If there's more than 10,000, you think, well, I've been paying all this money to watch a Newcastle game, and I still can't go to a game.
Yeah.
I suppose the only thing is, like, I'm in that sort of category where I've been paying because I thought we'd get back into grounds like October time. I don't know why. I just thought that was the case, but I don't know. I think personally, like, I'm a bit like you, Adam. I'd go in if I was asked, or if I wasn't, like, say I've got in the raffle or whatever. But it's not going to be the same. You want at least, like, That's how 45,000, 46,000. That's like the lowest I've seen in Newcastle. And
yeah, it's pointless. It's pointless having 5,000 or 6,000 in. It's just pointless. The ground's too big.
Mm-hmm.
You could socially distance 10,000 in each each corner, really.
Easy.
You know.
What they'll do is they'll put the 10,000 in the east stand. Shall be looking for Wilson. You bugger. Yeah, I think because you've got to think of it a bit. If it's gonna every game's on TV, what the cameras can see the east stand, so they'll want to see like fans in the east stand.
Yeah, that's true.
East stand, Strawberry Corner, somewhere like that. So I'm not even be sitting in the own seat anyway.
Where do you sit, Johnny?
Gallagher, mate.
Yeah.
It's upper Gallagher, but like I can't see the away fans, but it's like quite low down, if that makes sense. So it's like it's not right at the top, it's like in the middle. So it's not too bad. I love me seat to be fair. Like
I'll sit in the Strawberry Corner, like it's the best seat I've had. But
that's where Lee used to live. He may as well live there. That's where Lee used to sit. I think he still does sit there actually. At the minute, I don't know if he was going to change seat. I don't mind the
I think I've seen him put a couple of videos on. I don't think I'm far off the way he sits, like, to be honest, but I've never seen that many.
You the one that wears that wig, are you? Like
no, that's not me.
What's he called?
He sits near me, mate. It's good. No, I wouldn't like to sit next to that fucker with his fucking raffle.
Imagine the Portsmouth guy with the bells and everything. Bells and drums and everything. Can you imagine that every home game?
Getting pumped 3-0 off Brighton at home and he's got his bells on. No, you're right.
Ding, 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 ding. Wow, I can imagine every time, man. Oh, Arsenal got a free kick here, edge of the box. Miggy again. Miggy's going to have to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Didn't want to get you sent off. That means we'll definitely go into defensive. Imagine having to bring on Joe Linton to change the game. Yeah, it's nothing what I would have liked, to be honest.
Joe Linton will come on.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Would you sell him for 10 million in the summer?
I would have done that last season, to be honest. But I would do it again this year. I would take a 30 million hit.
I'm miles behind you. Still haven't won this free kick yet.
That was about 35 seconds ago, so you've done all right then. We're getting close. It's a perfect position. Yeah, it's a perfect position. You got Erdegaard, Willian. I think this would benefit a right foot of me personally, but Newcastle can't really go 2-0 down. I don't think they're getting anything if it's 2-0 down.
I think Miggy was quite thankful they didn't get a second yellow. I've seen Mike Dean give them before.
Yeah, I have.
To be fair, he trips himself a bit. Does he? No, I've seen Mike Dean give them as yellows. Like.
I've seen him give them as well over the years. Nothing from it, but straight in the wall. Wasn't like Ryan Taylor and it was over the wall. What a day that was.
10 years ago. 10 years ago, that now, it's mad. 10 years ago in August.
How old were you 27 at 10 years ago, eh? Or... you 27 10 years ago.
Unfortunately,
That's one game I've never been to. I've never been to an away. I've never been to an away game at the Derby.
No, I've never been to stadium in my life. I've drove past it a few times, but never been there.
Carl,
I've been to Riverside.
Yeah, I've done Riverside. Carl, you must have been to a few away games. You've not been to a Derby game.
No, mate, not Sunderland. I haven't. No, at the time, I don't think I'd have had enough loyalty points and stuff. So,
What are you on loyalty points wise? Are you similar to me? Are you?
Probably not as many as you, mate. But I've got a few. I'll have to check. Don't think I'm there yet.
No. I know Lee's on about 35 or 36.
Is it?
It takes years to build them up, doesn't it? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Newcastle corner.
Is it? Oh. How are the lads?
Callum Wilson's first chance. Callum Wilson's first chance just before half time. Not what you want to be seeing, to be honest. not really close, but yeah.
Interesting one. Would you take Arteta as Newcastle manager?
Yes.
I'd take anyone over Bruce, yeah.
Thing is, like everyone's talking about how bad Bruce has been, and yes, I don't want Bruce to be Newcastle manager, but you've got to give him credit since that Brighton game, because we all thought we were as good as down after that Brighton game, and we've got Spurs, we've got a point, Burnley, we've got a point, Burnley got 3 points, West Ham, we've got 3 points. Just trying to think what else. Liverpool, we've got a point, so we've got like 8 or 9 points.
Yeah.
Since then, so fair play to them. But I still think
it's been. Sorry, Johnny, go on.
No, I was just going to say I still think we could do better in terms of the players we've got.
I think bringing leaders back in the team. Like he clearly kept Richie out for too long. Like obviously because of the spat they had. But bringing leaders like him and Dummett back into the team have really helped. Like there's been a bit of leadership on the pitch and a bit fight about them that wasn't there before. Like I don't mind Jamal Lewis, but there's no fight there. There's no passion for the shirt. Whereas Dummett and Richie have brought that the last 6 or 7 games. Like
I'll tell you who I think who's probably a bit unnoticed, who's just come back in the team and since the Brighton game is Sean Longstaff, and he's just been given, I don't know, a bit of confidence and like I said, I know there was a pass against Liverpool where he nearly gave Salah a goal, but in terms of like just generally, I think he's been a lot better.
It's what he's needed to run in the team. I mean, when me and Carl used to do these, we used to slate Bruce for how many times he was changing centre midfield and fullbacks. You know, every week there was a different centre midfield partnership, and Longstaff was never getting a run, and now he's getting a run. I think we're starting to see. I still think there's more to come, but there's a player in there. We've seen it that year under Rafa. You know, there's a player in there somewhere, like same as his brother, but just not getting the chance.
The both should be like. I still think Sean's in number 10, and I will always say that. I don't think he's a natural central midfielder. I think he's more of a natural number 10. But he's not going to get in front of maximum at the minute. But it'd be interesting to see. Like I said, we've talked about Matty before, but he needs games. He didn't get any Newcastle. Just for the sake of the lad himself. You know, maybe it's time to move on.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately.
Come on, Newcastle.
Where are we? Yeah, we're almost. Yeah. Almost at 100 likes. If you haven't already, please like the video. Helps us massively. But yeah, thanks again for everyone dropping in today. If you haven't as well, because I can see quite a few people that aren't usually in here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, then by all means do so.
Half time. 1-0 to the Arsenal. We've heard that before.
What do you make of for the people that are just coming in at half time then, Johnny? What's your summary of the first half?
Disappointing. I think it's a goal that could have easily been stopped. You know, Bellerin has the pace on Richie, which David Luiz exploits with a fantastic pass. His cross, Aubameyang just completely mishits it. Comes towards the edge of the box, and Mohamed El Neni scores a goal. Dubrafi's got to save it at me. I know it's a bit powerful, but I'm expecting my goalkeeper to at least get it away from danger there. I think it's Dubravka would be thinking I can save that nine times out of 10. But Newcastle haven't really done a great deal going forward. If anything, ASM is the person that seems to be the one that looks like can do something. But how many times we've said that? Not seeing enough of Richie on this left-hand side. Not seeing enough of Murphy in attacking positions. It's been very, very comfortable for Arsenal. Before the ball was kicked, you even said, right, let's make this so uncomfortable for Arsenal. They don't want to beat Newcastle. They've got a game on Thursday where that's their priority. That is their priority. And now they're having a nice stroll in the park in the northeast. I wouldn't make any changes at the minute. I'd keep it as it is, just for the next at least 15-20 minutes, and then you maybe bring somebody on. But we need to get ASM and Wilson more involved in this game. If we can get the two of them combining, and you know, who knows? This isn't the best Arsenal defence in the world.
If things were to stay the same, Adam, and performances were to stay the same, who would it be that you'd be looking at to bring off first, and who would you bring on?
There's just been no intensity really in the players there. I think everyone needs to step up a bit. you don't really want to be bringing Wilson and Maximin off there. You know, the main threats going forward. So the rest of the changes are just like for like, really. I don't think Wilson's going to get 90 minutes. So I think the first change will be Joelinton or Gale for Wilson, probably about 60, 65-minute mark. I don't think Wilson will play the full game. And then who have you got on the bench really to change stuff? There's not really a lot. He might give Murphy a bit of a spell. Murphy's played a lot of football in the last couple of weeks. Just give Murphy a break, some fresh legs down the right. But there's not really a lot in there to inspire us coming off the bench. That's why I was expecting a bit more from the first 11. But the first 20 minutes of this half, there's got to be a lot more intensity. They're not closing down. They're poor in possession. It's just been poor.
Yeah,
poor.
definitely. Geordie Sandcastle says, embarrassing 3 centre halves watching 1 striker. We need to change to about 4 and 3 in the midfield. Almiron is defending the wrong team.
I've got a 3 in the midfield. It's just not the best 3 in the midfield. That's the problem.
Yeah. Almiron is defending the wrong players at the wrong place at the wrong time. For me, sure, Longstaff is the best player on the field. Again, T-South, John, I know you said you wouldn't make a change immediately at half-time, but would you be looking at maybe the likes of Almiron to make way?
He's not done enough for me. I think this is a big game for Mikel Almiron because I think Joe Willix is going to start against Leicester if he doesn't improve dramatically in the next half an hour, if he's looking to get half an hour. I really do. I think it's a big half for Newcastle because even a point would be a good point for Newcastle. It keeps us, I think that would put us 10 points, and then you're asking Fulham, you've got to win 4 games or at least match us and get 3 wins and a draw with 4 games to go. But you look at the options on the bench. Joelinton, Gale. You've got Hendrick, who's been poor this season. Is it worth giving a chance to an Elliot Anderson or a Matty Longstaff and just go, do you know what? Have a go. Have a go. Do you know what? You can't do any worse than what we've had on the bench. I'd like to see a bit more of Elliot Anderson, really, because I thought you played well in that game against Arsenal.
I'm with you both on that 100%. Think that should be the move 100%. Once Wilson's off, no, definitely not. Once Wilson's off, the game's gone. Of course, Al Nani scores his first Premier League goal against us. We always let poor players score against us. Yeah, it was a poor goal to concede as well, to be honest. Absolutely shocking performance. Backwards. If anyone wants to know why Newcastle fans hate Bruce, this is it.
Fabi Shaw's on the bench as well.
Yeah. Who's the midfield 3? Shelby's playing 5 yards in front of a back 5.
Well, Shelby's playing at a bit of a base, and you've got Sean and Miggy either side of him. But I'm just seeing the pictures now of that thing at Man United, and they've just kind of jumped over the gates. It's quite. I would say there's a couple of thousand there, easy. Wow.
Was it?
Wow, they've managed to jump onto the pitch. Wow, how many fans are there? I was probably being a bit generous, saying there's a few thousand. You bugger. Well, they've all been chased off. Well, they've all been chased off now, but they all threw flags and stuff onto the pitch. But dear me, Glazer out, banners and all that. They're all out. They're still outside now. That's mental. How have they managed to get in there?
Ridiculous, isn't it? Bruce Ball in full effect, no closing down, sitting off team, opposition scores, we look lost. Afternoon, lads, that was off. How was Miggy challenge? A yellow, wake it up, Brucey, second half. I don't remember his challenge, but Adam said he was probably lucky that Mike Dean's giving yellow cards for the second one as well.
Yeah, the first yellow card for Miggy was a yellow card. He clipped him, but it was very similar to what Xhaka was booked for. But the second one was just, he kind of just brushed him past, and it was a foul, but yeah, I think a bit harsh. But I'm just saying the goal again. Bellerin, Aubameyang misses it, and is he slightly unsighted? Am I being kind to Dubravka there? Is he a bit unsighted? You can only tell if you're behind. I suppose if where Dubravka is Sean in the way? I don't know. I'm still expecting the keeper to save that.
Yeah. I'm with you on it, mate, 100%. Bloody absolute scenes at Old Trafford, Christ almighty. It is crazy. Like Johnny said, how they've actually got in is just insane. Insane. That's what happens when people just disregard any sort of rules, isn't it? You can't do anything about it.
No, but could you imagine that was at Newcastle? It just wouldn't happen, would it?
No.
It just wouldn't happen. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I've seen a lot of people saying Elliot Anderson. I just don't think he's going to come until about 80th minute if he is going to get brought on at all, because Bruce will just not risk him in this sort of game. It's more likely Matty probably coming on, but who knows? Who knows? It's a big half for Newcastle. They're not great Arsenal, but they've not had to play well to get the lead, which is a frustrating part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal poor there. That's the first time I've seen the goal back. It's really poor goal to concede, like, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Very
not so much. I don't think there's massive criticism to Murphy. He's just having a difficult time against Martinelli. I think is what you're going to have those difficult games.
The thing is, when you've got a good winger in Jacob Murphy, he's playing too far back, as Simon says. He's not a right back. His best positions is when he's bombing up as a wing back or right winger, and we don't play to that sometimes. So I can understand why Murphy hasn't signed a new deal yet, because he's going to want assurances he's playing in the right position for me.
Adam, are you on Sky Go still, are you?
Now TV, are you?
Let me see if I can try and I'll kind of like pause my stream when we get back on. And I'll pause it for 30 seconds. Is that all right?
If you can, mate, it'll be up.
Yeah,
it'll be up.
Because are you quite behind as well, Carl?
Yeah, but I'm all right, mate. It's no dramas.
Because what I'll do is how you can stream audio, like comments, banners, and brand.
Yeah.
I'll just put mine on banners or brand, and I'm not like
I'll tell you when to vote.
Yeah. Well,
if
you
you're
just let us know. You just let us know when you're kicking off, and I'll see what I can do on mine.
If yours starts to jump though, because of that, just come back to normal.
You sure?
I think me and Carl tried that once, didn't we? Me and Carl paused it for about, but we were like 2 minutes behind the amount of comments that were coming in. It was just spoiling it anyway. So.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Are you on the link that Lee gave before? Are you can you see the comments coming in and that?
No, I don't know. Do you put chat up there or?
I'm just trying to think I don't think you are, because did you just press a link, or did you go on StreamYard with our login?
No, I just pressed the link, Lee.
You're not seeing. Yeah, that's fine. So you'll not see you'll just if you can see the comments, just press something else or something.
Right.
This makes it a bit fair to both. You said if you come back in every 2 seconds.
No, closing down at all, sitting 20 yards too deep. Dubravka definitely should have saved it. We would have done better. We should be in their face and get stuck right into them. Agreed. Frustrating watching us sit back, but if Amron not subbed, we'll see Red in the second half. I don't know.
No, he won't, man. He won't.
I don't see him being like that, Barbara. Should have.
Just takes a little fall.
Interesting to say the least. This is the problem now, because you're kind of looking at Bruce and he'll be probably thinking, I don't really want to change it at all, because that would probably be the team that they work with. The only thing I will say with Arsenal is that a lot of these players played 90 minutes in Spain on Thursday. Would have came back into the UK on Friday. Would have travelled up to the northeast on Saturday night. So it would have been very much stop-start. They would have just kind of got settled back in London. Right, I need to be on a flight in Newcastle at 6 o'clock on Saturday night to get into Newcastle for 7 o'clock and whatever. So I know they've got fantastic planes and everything, but it's still travel.
That's where you think our game plan would. We'd have our game plan based around that. To press them, to have some intensity, and we haven't. We just let them pass the ball. I hate that when we do that, because I think when we close down, we're really good. We put teams under pressure really good when we close down as a team, and we're just not doing it. We did it last week against Liverpool. I know, we did close the ball down a lot more, and we just, I don't know. A tired Arsenal team shouldn't have a minute on the ball today.
Because what they're gonna have a long drive or a long flight home, a long drive or a quick flight home today.
They're flying. They're definitely. They've been flying to Norwich, which is like 15 minutes flying. They're definitely flying to Newcastle. I couldn't imagine them on a 6-hour bus trip.
No, true. Day off tomorrow and then flying out to Spain on Tuesday, is it? Or they're at home on Thursday?
No, they're at home. So I think they'll have a day off tomorrow. They'll just have a very light session tomorrow, won't they? But yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what, why we're going on the themes of birthdays. What's the best and worst birthday present you've been given over the years?
I'll have to. Our last took me to Vegas for me 30th. I'll take some beating, all paid for.
Nice.
That was quality, that night.
a week or 2 weeks or
5 nights we did. It was class, brilliant place. Highly advised if you ever want to go, even with your lasses, or it's a really good place to go. Like, spend a fortune, like spend about $3,000 in 5 days.
No way, $3,000 in 5
Not
days.
not even going daft, to be honest. Just the odd gamble and.
So well, not happening.
Well, can you just talk and just say that instead of shouting?
Feel like a naughty school child after that.
I know. Right, just say it quietly.
After that first half, my word.
Not good.
Terrible.
Tell you what, Miggy has covered every inch of grass. He becomes a nuisance when we're going forward and defending. He's just getting in the way.
What do you make of those demonstrations at Old Trafford, Sam? It just like we didn't even know until like pretty much half time, but like it's like there's like thousands of people on that pitch there, isn't there?
I think you're exaggerating with thousands, 100 or so, 200 perhaps.
There's about 50,000 there, isn't there?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the idea of them. Like, isn't there a few of them like well, they're not wrecking the goals or anything, are they? Or I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's not what I would do personally.
I reckon there's 1,000 on that pitch easily.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers, Adam.
So now, how many inches do you tell? Yeah. Anyway, no, I digress. Well, happy birthday, Jonathan, as well. By the way.
Thank you very much, Samuel.
Okay. How old are you? 40.
Not as old as you, mate. Not as old as you.
There was a few of them written the nets down. Like,
am I the only one that's still in their 20s out of the four of us? Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers for that.
Yeah, wind your neck in.
All right. You just let us know when you got your bus passes. When you get your bus passes to Newcastle, so.
We'll all be entitled to free Nando's soon. That's how old we're getting.
I can't wait.
I don't know. Thank you very much, Frankie. Thank you very much for that. I didn't say that word there. You're just making rumours. I didn't say that. I just said I work for a restaurant. That could be anybody. But I've heard it's quite nice though.
We were whacking the half, weren't we?
Yeah,
I mean, defence awful. That newfound width we had was just getting absolutely torn to shreds. Midfield was not winning the battle. We've made El Neni look like freaking Xavi.
Did you make any changes?
I'd get Almiron off. I've said for weeks and weeks and weeks that I don't like Almiron in this system. For Matty, you need a proper centre mid in there. Obviously, we can't have. Obviously, it'd be Willix, but we can't have Willix on, can we? So, I used
to like you. I used to like you, Robin.
Yeah. But yeah, Martin, we think he's okay, but he's had a bit of a fall, so I think he had to go to hospital. But yeah, more on that. That was the other day. More on that when we get it. But
sound like a news channel.
Yeah.
Who's the other? Out of us four, or the channel in general?
I don't know. I don't know the exact ages of Carl and Adam. I would assume that. I think if Adam said it was a good 5 years ago, I'm guessing Adam's probably just a touch older than Sam and Carl. I would go Adam, Sam, Carl, and me. I think that might be right.
Fucking hell.
Only because you said 5 years ago. That's what you said. Right, I've paused my stream, so it's just kicked off like half a second. So let us know when you kicked off, Adam.
Yeah, players are just coming out the tunnel now. Newcastle players.
Right, Sam, you better go just in case you spoil it. Oh, I love Dan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll go. Lee's on fan reaction. I'm on.
Was Lee doing fan reaction? Is he?
Oh, Sam's frozen.
Sam, you're right. Something good?
He's that old.
He never freezes in a good position, does he?
Let us know when you've kicked off.
Let me about out. Right now, mate.
Right, cracking. This better. We better get goals for this, because then me and you can go. Go on, shoot.
Yes. I have to say, I think you're higher than me. Like
No,
that West
I
Ham
don't
game.
think so.
I think
I don't think so, mate.
I think you would have had cats outside your house with that high pitch against West Ham.
I remember that Southampton game, Adam. I remember that Southampton game.
Was that Palace one? I remember the Palace one me and Carl did, where Wilson scored at 89th minute. Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely fleeing all over the room I was.
Go on. Shoot. The difference is, though, if you think we're going to score, you'll go shoot. If I think we're going to score, I'll go score. That was the one with Burnley. The Burnley one, I said, go on, Max, you take them all on and shoot. I'll take them all on and score. And then when he dazzles through Burnley's defence. Yeah, man. Yeah. Come on. Come on, you can't
compared to Brandon. I don't even know how old Brandon is.
Well, we have
Brandon's
got
only
about... We've got
Brandon's about 27.
Brandon's 28. Yeah. Brandon's younger. Brandon's older than me, apparently.
That sounds about right.
No, not having that.
Yeah. No, I swear to God. Right, you're going to love this, right? We've gone 4 at the back, all right? But we've got a midfield 4 of Shelby and I'm assuming Miggy has a free role.
Yeah.
And then you've got Sean on the right and Richie on the left with the 2 up top.
Yeah.
Which I find absolutely bizarre.
Yeah, like why is Miggy and Longstaff not just swap? You never know with Bruce. He's absolutely bonkers, Bruce. Like, doesn't make any sense half the time.
I agree with going back. I agree with going 4 at the back.
Yeah, but you've got to have the players in the right position.
But you've got to have You've got to have the player in the right position.
It's gone off again, apparently.
Oh my God!
They'll stop the match. They'll cancel the match.
No, I'll just get delayed, man. It'll just get delayed. They're not going to. Can you imagine Sky Sports saying, "Oh, by the way, we don't want this game to go ahead."
Yeah. I know. Just the part of me thinks, Johnny, that some of them are that idiotic that they'll just go like whilst the game's on as well. Do you know what I mean?
I know what I'm saying. That's what they're trying to do, but you know for a fact that they would have rang the police by now. The police they're not going to. It's not going to. That game will get played 100%. I'll be absolutely amazed at that game. It might get delayed, but it'll get played.
The thing is, it's not the players' fault. You know what I mean? All this, it's all the owners. It's it's getting on. Go on, get the Richie, get the ball in the box, man. So you should be crossing it there.
It's back to Richie. He's going to cross it. That's why he didn't cross it, Adam.
Yeah. That was Miggy, that. He's just giving a daft foul away. So I still need a bit more pressure.
I'm just going to grab a drink quickly. 2 seconds.
No worries.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Callum Wilson's first half touches there, Johnny, he's had 1 in the 18-yard box. Like that just sums it up. Like
for me, though, like this is what annoys me with Newcastle. You've got to help your best players on the pitch in terms of giving them more chance on the ball. Like, I'd love to know how many touches that ASM's had. I bet he's had hardly any.
Yeah, no, he's not really getting on the ball, is he?
But do you go and stick ASM on the left and take off Richie and then put, I don't know, a Gale on or a Joe Linton on, just to put maybe ASM in a more natural position?
Yeah, I mean, he's the way we're playing, he's obviously going to have to drop deeper soon and get the ball because he's just not getting on it. I mean, they're doing that again where Shelby's kind of playing as a centre half, picking the ball up. It just doesn't work with the players he's got in the positions. Like there's Wilson, just a long ball forward. Oh, cheap foul. That.
It's so cheap. It's so cheap.
Good ball.
Get your comments in. We'll get some of them out too. Do you think Newcastle should change? I mean, would you agree with that 4 at the back and 4 in midfield? With the players that we've got in midfield, would you get a Matty Longstaff on to be a more natural central midfielder? Would you get an Elliot Anderson on, or would you prefer the Irish Messi himself, Jeff Hendrick, on? Get your comments in. We'll get them out as soon as we can.
I think Anderson's got to get a go today. Like, there's nothing to lose for me.
Yeah. With 15 minutes on the clock, and me and Adam have 50 minutes on the clock, and it isn't 0 Newcastle 0, Arsenal 1. El Nenny's goal. is enough to give Arsenal the lead at the minute. David Luiz is down. I don't know why. Do you know why he's down, Adam? Is it a hamstring? Is it?
He's holding his hammy, so they didn't say anything off the ball, but he's holding his hammy, so...
Is he knackered?
Yeah, just looks like his hammy. Looks like he'll have to go off, like...
It's probably the last thing that Arsenal want. Is anybody near him? That's one kind of pushes him, doesn't he? But that's about it.
Nah, it's just his hammy. He just pulls up after the ball. He must have stretched it there, so I'd be surprised if he continues, like... good for us. It's good the back four's possibly getting disrupted, but we have to take advantage of it, like.
Yeah. I think it's big for Newcastle if we, because David Luiz's experience, he knows how to play the game. He's not as good as he used to be, but
no, I mean he's not everyone's favourite player, but he's still got a good 10 years experience in the Premier League.
Bringing in Callum Chambers, so I don't mind that. You've got to have a go at him.
We just need a bit of spark. I said usually, like at this point in the last few games, we went, at least we've got Willix to come off the bench and Wilson. Now we haven't got that. It's just like how we need. I just think there's so much potential in this team with maybe the addition of one or two to do something under a new manager. Like I'm really hoping that when we're mathematically safe, they don't give Bruce another 2-year deal, because that's what I'm worried about. He's not going to walk away. Obviously, I still think he'll be there next season. I just think we've got a massive chance to build the game with a new manager. Like,
yeah, thanks very much, Simon. We do try and put the effort in. So thank you very much for your
legend.
That'll pay for Adam's drink and all the Newcastle Fans TV crew go out for a night out, which we're trying to sort out. I think July or August is what we're looking at.
Yeah, have to get out.
So I think you're a bit of a dark horse, you, Adam. I think you'll, you come across as, as the proud father, proud family man, but when he's got a drink in his hand.
You sound like Ola.
Drink in his hand, then another drink in his hand. It's puts all these pictures up on Facebook with him and his daughter, proud dad and everything, and then he's got a bottle in his hand and it's a different person.
No, you're not wrong.
I don't know what Carl would be like on the drink. What do you think Carl would be like on the drink, Adam?
I can just imagine him like sitting in a corner with like a cigar and a whiskey or something. He's got that look good.
Oh dear. I think I've probably kind of grown into that, to be fair. Too many heavy nights out like the pair of you, I'm guessing.
I can imagine you being like a Jack Daniels man.
I do like whiskey, to be fair.
God, good ball by Richie there. Go on a ball, Newcastle.
Chambers is just getting a bit of an introduction to how Newcastle are going to be for the next 40 minutes or so. Great cross from Richie, and he almost like spins into his own net the way he's gone for it. It's like he's gone with his wrong foot, hasn't he? But it's a corner for the tune. Oh,
here he
fantastic.
is.
Great to see you, Martin. Fantastic in the comments. Newcastle corner. Richie comes out. Oh, Fernandez gets a flick on, but cleared by Arsenal. Comes out to Miggy.
Yeah, get well soon, Martin.
Yeah, all the best, Martin. Shelby with a cross. Poor cross, really. Poor cross. Yeah, Martin. Yeah, it's 1-0 to Arsenal still. But yeah, Martin, all the best. Hopefully you're recovering. And we need to get you on a video before the end of the season just to kind of get you on a live stream. Carl, don't worry.
Definitely. That is me, mate. I've fallen asleep on benches outside of clubs like that. That is literally me. Oh dear.
Is your hair growing back yet?
Yeah, it's just I'm embracing the grey. Like I've gone really grey on the sides, to be fair.
Welcome to my world. It'll only get worse and all when your Ben comes along.
Yeah, I know. That's what I am looking forward to this night. If we get it all sorted just before the last week in August, can have a proper blowout.
Before your wife pops out, before your partner pops out.
Absolutely, mate.
Come on, Maxi.
Go on, Maxi. Go on.
Why has he stopped the game there? Why has he stopped the game? Is he joking?
Giving a fault. He's giving a fault Arsenal.
No, I don't know what he's done. What's he stopped it for there?
It's a Newcastle free kick.
That has to be booked. If he stopped the game there, he's got to be sent off for that. I'm sorry. He should be sent off.
I don't know what he stopped the game for. We were aware there.
No, he stopped the game for a fuck. Look at him. He's on a yellow card as well. That's absolutely pathetic, that.
Well, we were away as well. Maxi had the pace on him.
That's pathetic. I'm sorry, but you've got to do better than that. Like, I'm sorry, that's poor refereeing. That's really poor refereeing. That's a great ball.
I thought go on. Turn.
Yeah, I don't deny it, Simon. The Coop banned YouTube and
Go on, Maxi.
Myanmar. Is it Myanmar?
Go on, Maxi.
Is that how it's
Go on, Maxi.
pronounced?
Go
on. Oh, it's just on his little wrong foot there. Fell for Jacob Murphy on the edge of the box. He just landed on his left foot. If he's on his right, he probably would have strike there.
Yeah, I think he tried to have a strike, didn't he? He tried to have a strike and it just hit off Wilson.
Doesn't have much of a left foot, like, to be fair to him.
No, he doesn't. Now I hope he scores an absolute 40-yard rocket with his left foot like that. Because Sam never lets me off for saying that he's not a bad crosser, and then a week later he puts in a worldie across the Gale against West Brom. But his crossing against Brentford was absolutely atrocious. I'll still stand by that. Arsenal the attack, Bellerin down this right-hand side.
So I think we're getting bodies around them more there. Like there's 2 or 3 around them on that side. Just like more than we did in the first half, yeah.
I'm going to go. That's the thing. But Xhaka should be off for me. Every you see that yellow card every single time.
I think if you argue that, you could argue Mickey could have had a second in the first half if, like, from playing devil's advocates.
We're not playing devil's advocate today.
But I agree with Sam. Like Miggy's, he doesn't work in a free in midfield. Like for me, I like him, but
he should be as a number 10, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do you know it's quite right, Sean Longstaff having to go at quite right, Sean Longstaff having to go at the referee because that was so poor. So poor refereeing.
Apparently they can't get him out of Old Trafford.
Well, the Man U fans won't want City winning the league today either, will they? So it's a.
Well, they're going to win it Sunday. They're going to win it probably the next week anyway.
They maybe don't want it to be like one at like Old Trafford, if you know what I mean.
I wonder what Gary Neville will be saying. Will he be going, do you know what, this is the best thing that's ever happened, having a protest before Man United play Liverpool? Is that with a Man United hat or a Sky Sports hat? And that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that will be interesting.
I like Gary Neville, like, wouldn't it be anyway?
I do. What's the keeper doing there?
Oh, what's going on? Go on. Oh, Maxi should have predicted that.
I know.
Mike Dean's made more runs than Shelby. Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I mean about Shelby. I think if we keep him on another season, I think next year he's out of contract, like another season. I just think we're going to build a team around him, and I just feel it's time to get to move him on a bit, maybe, and just start someone fresh in the midfield.
Bit of a bank to the head for Aubameyang there.
There's no wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that. If you're down Gateshead when you get a bang in the head like that, you'd be told to get up straight away. 100%.
It's pathetic, isn't it? It's pathetic.
No, I don't know what you expect Kieran Clark to do. It's a proper centre half's head of that.
When did Newcastle change it? I'm assuming soon.
Yeah, next 5 minutes max for me.
Well, who's warming up? I can see at the bottom of your picture. It's Matty Longstaff, Jamal Lewis, and I want to say the other one was Joe Linton there, I think. No, it's not Jeff Hendricks, sorry. Get it away from here. Bugger, get it away from here.
What's going on?
Me.
Go
on, Maxi. Go on.
Go on. He's away. Go on. He's away here. He's wide. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Oh, my God.
So poor, man. So poor.
Played Longstaff in there. Should have played Longstaff in. Just the wrong ball, wrong last minute decision by him. He did well to get in a position. Does really well, actually.
Lads, how long ago did Liquid go into the big market? That's a very good question.
No idea.
I don't know. Don't know the exact time. Would you have an idea around it?
No, not for me.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, to be honest with you, mate. I remember going for a science museum trip when I was about 13, and we went to Liquid next to the art museum. But it was all based in the nightclub, which was bizarre. But apart from that, they've boycotted social media, so they can't report about their fair point, innit?
As a Newcastle fan with a horrible owner, I really hope Arsenal and Man United fans get their owners out despite my dislike for their teams. No one deserves to have their club run like crap. Do you guys feel the same or sympathise with them? Good question, mate.
I sympathise with them over the European Super League idea.
Yeah.
I do have a degree of sympathy on certain aspects of it, but they've been very fortunate, in particular Manchester United in particular, the amount of trophies they've won in the last 25, 30 years. They're still in a Europa League final. They've been in countless semi-finals, so you need to be careful. You know, I think they've been very fortunate in terms of trophies, and I think no team deserves a a God-given right to win leagues, to win trophies. You've got to earn them. It's, you know, we all agree Man City's been the best team this year, and they deserve to win the Premier League. But there is ways of trying to run a football club, and you know we're certainly in that boat. Not as the same level as Manchester United and Arsenal, but we're at a similar level. And see, do you know? Sorry to go back on. Yeah, Federico Fernandez has just been booked, right? Where was the booking for Xhaka? There was not much difference between that at all, and Xhaka's got away with absolute murder there. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, we give the ball away in a terrible position as well, like, help ourselves.
I just find it absolutely infuriating.
Where are we? Yeah, remember to smash the like button. Thank you very much. Look at the debt these clubs had before COVID came along. Only have themselves to blame. Look, yeah, football's got out of hand in terms of what these clubs pay players and things like that. If you can't run your own infrastructure properly, then this is going to happen.
Free kicks at Arsenal, Ødegaard. Free header again. Free header again, Gabriel.
Yeah,
that's
left
a bit worrying. There's the amount of free headers they've been getting.
That was Paul Dummett's man. That Paul Dummett just got absolute ball watching, to be honest. We're all of a sudden like trying to play from the back, and we're just giving possession up too easily.
Never done that all season. Don't know why we're starting now, but confidence and.
I just think we need to get Jacob Murphy further up the pitch. Like he's too deep for me.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Glazers took $1 billion from Man United and put it into their NFL team. Not sure that's true, mate. And we won the Super Bowl. Like I said, I don't care personally. No offense.
Maxi is Sean. We all get a lot of. I would make a change now. I think the time's there to go and you know what we'll do something. I would probably sacrifice Miggy and get someone that's a bit more central midfielder minded. I know Miggy on his days is very creative, but I just don't think today it's worked out for him at all.
I get some support for Wilson and someone else at the top. I just
get Max
not
on the
working.
left. Get Max on the left, maybe.
Wouldn't be surprised if Wilson comes off, to be honest.
I hope he doesn't.
The only reason it's where that money would go, though, mate. Like it's not like football. You can't go out and buy people when it comes to NFL. Like the salary caps and stuff, everyone has the same amount of money to spend. If that makes sense. So they couldn't just go in with $1 billion, for example.
Go on, that's better.
It's better again. No. One more. Oh.
Yeah, I know that about the debt.
Carl knows his NFL, so don't try and argue with Carl over the NFL minds. He'll lose.
Oh, no.
We've got a few other Americans in here as well. No, I'm telling you, mate, you can't spend money in the NFL like that. So the only way they'd put $1 billion in would be in infrastructure.
Go on,
get it down.
Maxi, 25 yards out. He's got 3 Arsenal men in front of him. He's got past Ødegaard. He's looking for Richie on the left-hand side. Richie.
Get in the box.
Crosses it in. Such a poor cross. Straight into the hands of Matt Ryan.
There's only 2 players.
Bloody Norway. How have they not stopped them? How have they... Surely if I was... Did Old Trafford not know what 999 stands for? Seriously. Adam, get yourself down there, will you? Get yourself down there from Durham and sort it all out.
The thing is, if there's that many fans in now, it's obviously turned into a protest. So the police can just all the police can do is manage it. They can't escort people out. So the fans will be there as long as they want to be until it's organised. So it's one of them things.
Get your pepper spray out. Oh God, Martinelli left-hand side, 2-0.
That's it, 2-0. Too easy.
Very easy.
Completely unmarked.
Game over.
Yeah.
Game over. 2-0 to Arsenal.
Far too easy. Don't know who was marking Odegaard there. And Aubameyang's just left completely unmarked. That's schoolboy stuff, that.
Very schoolboy.
So it comes down the left. It's good play by Arsenal actually initially. Good little triangle football. Good tackle in there, but then comes out. Is he offside here?
It's close.
No.
Close. Sky haven't really paused it there, but it looks pretty close.
I think he may
Great
have just
crossing, great finish, but
who's defending there? Like Clark and Dummett are just miles apart. Like it's a good little goal by Arsenal, but defensive. I think Aubameyang scored against us more than he has any other Premier League team and all.
Yeah.
Apparently, the broadcast cameras have been smashed, so they think the game will be called off.
Wow, is this?
Took the police over an hour to get there, apparently.
They've not got any other cameras, like.
Apparently not. Yeah, it's too easy for him to score, isn't it?
Yeah, 2-0 to Arsenal. Yeah, Newcastle's haven't shown up today. Just haven't shown up today, unfortunately. Maxi with the ball there in the centre of the park.
Oh, dear.
Murphy on the right. Not the best cross. Arsenal, to give credit to Arsenal, they've been pretty good today.
Yeah.
I think Xhaka should be sent off, and I still stand by that. Well, Fernandes,
what are you doing? Jesus Christ!
And that's a corner to Arsenal. Lovely jubbly.
That just sums the game up, really. That pass, but I think it should. This result shows how important that West Ham and them 4 points against West Ham and Liverpool were, because if we hadn't got them and we're going into obviously losing this and then Leicester and City, we would, it's
what them 9 points clear with 4 games to go.
Yeah, if Fulham had won last night, I'd still been on edge, but I can't see Fulham winning 4 more games.
Thing is, it wouldn't surprise me if Burnley kind of just went there and just sat so back and just like nicked a point.
Oh, wait, what are we doing? Miles off the PSA.
They've won every single header today. Every single header.
I think I'm scoring the players there. I didn't think I could go above 5 for anyone at the minute.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. It's me and Sam for scoring the players.
Yeah.
No one
Very
really...
disappointed. I thought, do you know what it is? It's every time us Newcastle fans, we get our win, not get our hopes up, but we're like, oh, do you know what? I fancy us against Arsenal. We've been playing all right in Arsenal. And then we're just shocking. I mean, this is probably up there with one of the worst of the season at the minute. Like, footballing wise, maybe it's not effort wise, but footballing wise, it's pretty cool. Like,
I think Bruce gets a bit of the blame for me, because I think if you're changing it to a back 4, the personnel, like Sean's gone in the middle now. It's kind of gone back to a 3 again. It's very unorganised.
Just make some changes, just freshen it up. Like I say, get Anderson on, get Matty on, get just someone on to freshen it up a bit. That's all just stale.
Yeah,
like the amount of time Shelby gets the ball, and how many times does he, like, when he first joined, he could open a tin of baked beans with his passes. Now it's all just predictable.
Another chance there for Newcastle. Cross from Longstaff, deflected and straight in the hands of Matt Ryan. He's not been tested today, really. He's had 1 shot to deal with, Matt Ryan.
Have we had a shot on target?
We've had the one with Maximum in the first half, but that's literally about it for Newcastle.
Like, anyone watching along, like, what do you want for next season? Does everyone agree Bruce needs to go? Do we start again when you're the manager? Or if Bruce stays, like, what happens with the club? It's a bit worrying for me, like, because I don't want to be in the position this time next year.
Yeah.
Every summer we say it's one of the biggest summers for Newcastle in its history. And last summer 2 summers ago was huge when Rafa left. That was a huge summer for Newcastle, because we didn't know what was going to happen. But we've got a free kick now, Shelby. Every header. Arsenal winning every single header. That's so poor. Yeah. Does Bruce want to stay? Do you think he'll want to stay? How toxic it's been also on the counter attack here. Got 3 on the right hand side here. Odegaard. It's Bellerin.
Shelby, lazy cunt Shelby.
And that's a corner for Arsenal.
It's just all too easy for Arsenal. All too easy for them.
This is the thing now. Arsenal, Leicester, Manchester City, those 3 games, can Newcastle get more than a point? Well, Joe Linton's coming on. I think I'd like this to be Richie, if I'm honest. And I'd only go Richie just so you can get maximum on the left.
Yeah.
I think he knows the game's going. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just swaps Wilson to save Wilson for next week.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise us.
Still Arsenal here from the corners, a second bite of the cherry. It's Willian.
We're all over the place defensively.
Cleared again. Xhaka, goal kick for Arsenal, Newcastle rather. Yeah, disappointing. But you never know. Newcastle can get a goal in the next, say, 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, and put the pressure on Arsenal. But it's very, very comfortable for them. Very, very comfortable. How close is it? It's really close. That offside, you know. Only just. It's Matt Ritchie has to keep them on at the far post. It's a great finish from Aubameyang. Fernandes doesn't get there in time. Or sorry, Kieran Clark doesn't get there in time.
It's poor by Clark. Like Clark's jumping around the air. Like it's poor. Like.
Is it Fernandes coming on here? Charles coming on.
Charles come on for Fernandes, so he's pointing forward. So he's saying forward to the back again. And what's the point?
Joe?
Unless it's a change of shape.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that. I'm not surprised at Miggy coming off. He's been poor today. Simple as that. But what are you going to do now? You go.
I think he's telling. I think he might be telling the SM to get out wide, but it's difficult at the minute.
It's a 4-3-1-2. Actually, I don't actually know what he's actually got here. Well, Cher's definitely gone at centre half. We know that. One ball to Joe Linton. Let's see what he can do with his first touch. Holds it up to Jacob Murphy.
Come on, let's have a bit of fight.
Maxim's crossing. Again, another.
Arsenal won every header.
Defensively,
Crossing's been
good for Arsenal.
Yeah. Crossing's been poor as well. Like, I mean, that was a shite cross from Maxim there. Just it's too easy.
You okay, Carl?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're sitting in a corner with a drink in your hand.
It's just terrible, isn't it? It's just frustrating.
Maybe I'm the jinx. I think that's why I stopped doing watch alongs. I was just sick of us getting beat.
Anyway, it's been alright for me. The last 2 I've had, we've won. Apart from today, obviously. Unless, well, you never know. We might get 3 goals in 20 minutes. Maybe. Who knows? Martinelli on the left. Trying to cut in on his right foot. He is a bit of a nuisance. Xhaka back with Martinelli. It's just been lovely and comfortable for Arsenal, which is not what you want to hear.
Yeah, it's a hard watch, David. Is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Another relegation battle to look forward to next season. If things don't change, we'll be there.
Driving through. Good block from Kieran Clark.
Like, you'd think like we're probably not even going to be able to afford Joe Willix. That's how ridiculous it is. He's come to us and we're probably not even going to be able to afford our own, like a loan player. Unless I think it'd be good business for both teams if he got another full season of just like, well, maybe an option to buy for 25 after another full season in the Premier League. Like, I think that'd be good business for both teams.
Yeah,
he seems to be happy with it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get into this Arsenal starting 11. And maybe you go, do you know what? We'll give you another season on loan. And it means that we save a bit of money. And if we want to buy somebody, we don't have to spend 20-25 million on Joe Willix straight away.
Yeah.
That's what I would do anyway. Go on, that's a poor ball. And still Arsenal get their first one. Come on.
Botland tackles there.
Robin says, I'm now looking at washing machines. My old one conked out this morning. More appealing than watching this.
I'm not surprised. It's been really, really poor. It's been really poor today. And Joe Linton looks like he's gone on the right, and Sean and John Joe are in the middle, with Richie still on the left.
Would you say anyone stood out outfield wise for us? Like, well, not stood out, but anyone better than the rest?
No, not really. Not really. No.
It's not. We kind of.
I think the scores will be all similar. I don't think there's anybody that's kind of gone. Yeah, I'll take them by the scruff of the neck. I feel a bit sorry for Callum Wilson. I think he's been a bit isolated. Maximum,
very isolated.
Not really been involved second half. Richie's given effort, but he always gives you effort.
Yeah,
doesn't it? You'd think it was us that played on Thursday.
Quite right.
It's not our team.
Really says a lot about this team that we're so reliant on a lone signing to score late goals. Make no mistake about it, though. I love Joe Willix. Yeah, I agree, mate.
You're right.
I still think that we can get a goal here, which I know sounds bizarre, but we just can't get the ball up at the minute.
I just don't think we're not closing them down enough. We haven't all game, and Spain. Like, if you're going to let Arsenal pass the ball, they'll do it, and they'll do it all day. You beat Arsenal by closing them down and getting in the face, and we're just not. And we haven't done since the first whistle. Like, I mean, how many passes have they had there? We're 2-0 down, meant to be chasing the game, and Arsenal have just got it so easy.
Let's poor that for Martinelli. Should have kept that in. We've made 2 subs. Does he bring anybody else on?
I'd give Anderson a run out just for Longstaff or Shelby, just for the experience and.
Something going on.
All the fun.
There's still fans in the ground, man. There's still fans in the ground. Oh, they've got big police in now. They've got police that I've never seen before. So there must be proper police.
What time does it kick off? 4, is it?
4:30.
Was it supposed to be 4? 4:30.
4:30. I think it's just been. I think that kick off would have just been delayed. Aubameyang's just come off and Pepe is coming on. But yeah. I think kick-off will be about 5 o'clock or 5:30, and then that Spurs game will get taken back to half an hour, won't it? And another long ball and another pick it up by Matt Ryan.
How have they got in? That's what I want to know.
Could you imagine? How that would happen at St James? It'd be so funny. Go on. Oh, hold on. They've got the team news, so it mustn't be delayed by that much.
Found the new washing machine. Found the new washing machine.
By that much, they've got the team news.
Now working on car insurance. What car is it, Robin? We'll help you out.
It's not Robbie Lyle, is it?
If us fans were there, Steve wouldn't come out of the dressing room.
Do you know what? Bring Elliot Anderson on. Why not? What we got to lose? What we got to lose? Bring him on. Honestly, just give him a run out. We know what Joe Linton can do. We know what Jeff Hendrick can do. We know what Dwight Gale can do. Bring someone that we don't know what can do, and actually might have half a chance.
Oh, it's so frustrating, this.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Really frustrating. It's like watching Arsenal play football for 45 minutes. That's all it's been.
But Arsenal fans must be thinking, why have we not seen this every week? There we go. Why can we not play like this all season? And then again, it's just because of how bad we've been. They might look at it and think, oh, actually, we're not that good.
Can we not just play Newcastle every week?
Can we play you every week? Actually got the ball.
We got on Friday night, Leicester, innit?
Pardon?
Friday night, Leicester.
Yeah, Friday night under the lights.
Leicester have to win that as well.
Yeah, they've got like 3 nasty fixtures after that. He's got great ball from Longstaff to get Murphy involved. Go on, get Wilson in it. That's to Joe Linton.
Go on.
Shelby, shoot, deflected.
Go on. Oh. You cunt. Sorry, apologies for the language.
Naughty boy, Adam.
Just-
Naughty son.
I know. Apologies. You just think it's just going to break there for Wilson and just deflect it out for a goal kick.
He's onside as well.
Right as well. You just think, it's going to drop from there and he's going to put then. James doesn't really know what he's doing.
So jammy, man. So jammy.
Hoss says, already don't think we're safe yet. I don't know. I do.
I've said we are. You're asking Fulham and West Brom to win games. West Brom can only get 40 points. They're in the same boat as Fulham. They've only won 5 games all season. You're asking them to win 4 of the last 5 minimum just to catch us. I'm sorry, Fulham have only got 4 games left. I just don't see it happening. But you still want to make sure yourself, like if you get a win, you're going to get a win today. I wouldn't potentially rule out a draw if we can get a goal in the next couple of minutes. But it's not been good today. I still put more blame on Bruce than I do the players today. I think the players have done as well as they can under a poor system. Especially
I think it's what must frustrate the players under Bruce when you say what we said before. Like Sean Longstaff was centre mid, then he was right wing, and then he's back to centre mid. Joelinton's come on; he seems to be playing as a right winger when the last 2 weeks he's been playing up front. There's no consistency in where he puts people. I just hate watching Steve Bruce. I know we've had a couple of good results on that, which have been great, but I just hate watching Steve Bruce and Newcastle. I absolutely hate it. There's no enjoyment in it, really.
Man United Liverpool's been delayed. Kickoff's been delayed. I think we knew that anyway, but I think you're probably looking at about 5 o'clock. I would say at the very earliest for that game because of all the protests. Richie,
Just got watching raining. Anything exciting happen? No, Graham.
Shelby had a shot blocked. Graham, that's all we've had today, really.
Yeah.
Come on, Newcastle, just anything. Just give us something to go with, like last 10 minutes. Like seriously, just let Arsenal proper worry about what we've got.
CST slightly disagrees, Johnny. I don't think it's all Bruce's game. It's all on the midfield and defence, they think. What would you say to that?
The midfield I can't really understand it because he's been changing the midfield every 2 seconds. So I wouldn't say it's the midfield, but the defence you can argue. Their defence could be better.
The 2 goals the defence have been really poor.
Share to done it. Richie with the cross. Another Arsenal header
It's just
one.
too easy, man. It's just too easy.
You'll probably enjoy yourself more, Luke, doing that, mate. Definitely.
I've seen this link with that Christopher Ayer from Celtic today. And I don't know if anybody's watched the Celtic Rangers game before, but Celtic lost 4-1 to Rangers, and that league's just them too. So he can't be that good if we're going from.
He's really good on Football Manager.
Yeah, but we need. I'm not too sure about that Scottish league. I think there's a couple of half decent players, but if you're half decent, you get to move quite quickly. Your Van Dijks over the years and your Wanyamas and players like that. Saint-Maximin from distance, and it's gone straight to Durham, and it might have just hit Adam's house. You might have had a little bang on top of your roof, Adam. With
It's been awful, that.
Gale's coming on for Kieran Clark. Wow.
So this must be the fourth different formation we've played this game.
You got 3 at the back again, is it?
I have no idea.
No, it'll be Richie left back with Dummett and Shaw and Jacob Murphy right back. Longstaff, Shelby, Joe Linton, ASM, and then you got Gale and Wilson. Yeah, I occasionally watch Scottish football, Celtic and Rangers are on, but what I watched today, I wasn't. Like I say, if you're losing 4-1 to Rangers, and I'm not being funny, Rangers have won that league. They've absolutely walked that league. Like they played apart from when you play Rangers and Celtic play against each other, like Rangers and Celtic play against the dog and duck on the red line each week. Like,
yeah, I still get shivers when I hear Boom Songs name me. So that's what I think of the Scottish League. How much did we pay for Boom Song? That was about 8 million as well, wasn't it?
That was quite a lot back in the day.
gonna say,
Oh, it
weren't
was a lot
she,
better.
was he?
You know what? Fair play to Jacob Murphy. They defended pretty well there.
Got people saying Aya is quality.
I don't know about that.
I've missed the Bruce just throwing anybody who has ever scored that. Steve Bruce is clueless. Shame. Arsenal there for the taking and blew it. Yeah, definitely were. Definitely were. What is the point in leaving it till the 83rd minute to bring Kale on?
Do you know what the one thing?
Yeah.
Do you know the one thing I hate when your team loses and the other team calls it a professional performance? Because I think that's really disrespectful. But it has been a professional performance from Arsenal. They've just not. They've just had to. They've had one little moment in the second half where they've upped it a couple of gears with the second goal.
Yeah,
but it's been so comfortable for them.
I think it's been a training game for them. I honestly think that there'd be harder training sessions for Arsenal than today has been. It's been so easy. We haven't made them work for anything. Steve Bruce standing on the sideline as well, isn't he?
Good luck on your player ratings preview later, guys. Yeah, I'm not involved in that one.
Yeah, me, Adam, and Sam.
Can we talk about line of duty for the next 20 minutes?
I need to start it.
Oh, how you
know, I've watched bits of it, mate. I haven't watched it all the way through just because I've watched like.
What are you doing? It's not you, but the players. Sorry. Pissing around at the bar.
I know you feel the same way,
night.
really.
Oh no.
Season 6 finale night. What it's all about.
How many episodes are there in a season?
There's only six. Only six in a season. Yeah.
Will there be a 7 series? There's been rumours. He hasn't wrote the series yet, has he? Apparently.
No, I think the lot's going to conclude tonight. So we'll see. And I won't be watching Match of the Day after either. So
it's a joke. Let's go to St. James's like that. Let's riot for that performance. Get Ashley out for that performance. Shelve it.
I say you can react to Steve Bruce's press conference now because we all know what he's going to say. It's going to be the same old.
Got to dust ourselves down for Leicester next week.
The Entertainers documentary is on tonight as well.
Yeah, that's on a TV show, a TV channel that Mr. Lawler works for, I believe. Come on, bit of something. Richie crosses in. Matt Ryan again, catching practice. Good luck on Friday night.
Yeah, that's a good point from Connor. They haven't tested Xhaka on that yellow card at all.
I think he should have had a second yellow for that thing on Longstaff.
Yeah.
Come on, that's how long we're talking he's had it in his hands?
I wish Newcastle had fans like Man United.
Ooh, I don't know about
It's a strong statement there, mate.
What, from London?
Or Birmingham.
Yeah,
it's not that I can say anything.
There's a few in Birmingham, like.
Yeah.
There's ways to protest. Going in your own stadium and ripping the nets off isn't the way to do it. Like, it's not the players' fault. If Newcastle fans had done that, we'd be getting absolutely slated in the media. Yeah, I bet Man U fans are praised for being passionate.
Any group of fans outside of that top six, no, I agree, especially us, would be getting slated.
We're getting slated.
Yeah. I don't know who. Do you know this? I'm just going to ask the question: who would you give man of the match? But I honestly do not know who I'd give man of the match to.
Fucking hell, exactly. I'd probably go.
I'm thinking maybe Sean Longstaff at a push, but that's probably that's the only thing I can think of at the minute.
Shah's just been sent off, apparently.
Has he?
I swear to God.
So it's just about to get better.
He's just coming to the game.
I was just about to say Fabian Shah's come on the mark.
Fabian Shah.
Yeah, I've just seen it. It's a bad one.
Is it a red card though?
It looked bad. It did look bad.
I said it looked bad. It looks a foul, but is it a red card? That's what I would want to say.
To be fair, Fabian Schär's let us down a lot this season. A lot.
Mate, that boy does not want to be at the club. I'm sure he's done that on purpose.
He's thinking, right, I don't have to play Leicester, I don't have to play Man City, and I don't have to play Sheffield United. And I might have to play one more game.
Me and Carl have had this discussion loads that Fabian Schär doesn't want to be. It's a terrible tackle.
Have a look.
No need to make it. He's going backwards. Let's have a look.
I don't know, I don't know.
No, I think that's a bad one, like Johnny. There's no need to make it.
I'm not convinced. I've seen worse. I've seen less challenges than that get a red card.
I know, but I just think he's enjoying his Michelin star meals. He don't want to play. No, he's just thought, fuck it.
I think another one, Mike Dean sent more Newcastle players off in his entire career as well. So,
well, yeah, VAR have decided that's enough. Well, mine's don't suppose you mind me just mine's paused. I'm just going to go back to normal here.
No, not at all, mate.
Yeah. Unless we score 2 minutes.
Anyway.
We're going to score 3 goals in the next 3 minutes.
Well, that would make a great video if we do. I don't know. I'm not convinced that's a red card.
There's no need to make the tackle. There's no need whatsoever in the way the game's gone. I don't know. Johnny could have hurt him there. Like we did.
Look, it's a bad
no
challenge.
need to make it.
It's a bad challenge, but I don't know. It's a red card. If that was a yellow card, would anybody been complaining? I'm not sure. Well, Shirley's gone to the centre half. We're saved.
I wonder how long it was going to be.
We're saved. Yeah.
That angle does make it look bad. He's come through the back.
I know, but I know. I think the only thing that's the reason why he's probably gone red card is because he's gone through the back of him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not too sure. I can understand why he's given it to an extent, but
I think if it had been if we'd been 1-0 but it was 1-1 and that put extra pressure on us, I'd be a lot more annoyed. But because the game's dead, I just think
it's a silly challenge.
I agree with Carl. Me and Carl have spoke about loads that his attitude's not been right this season. He's had the odd decent game, but then I don't think he wants to be here. And as Carl says, he can be sat in the restaurants now for the next few games. That's a pre-game ban, that. So he's only back for the Fulham game.
He ain't going to play that, is he?
And then he's out. And then he's out of contract. So it's a shame because he's a good player, but I don't think he likes Steve Bruce. I think he's one who's been completely Bruce-like because he was an absolute quality footballer in Benitez's team.
But the thing is, though, he's never really been trusted in a 2 at the back, and I still don't trust him in a 2 at the back. I think he has to have 2 other centre halves around him, in my personal opinion. But
just a pointless tackle. There's no need to make that tackle. No need.
I don't know if people have mentioned it's my birthday, so if you can like this video, that would be fantastic. That's probably the only thing that'll probably make my day a bit better. So yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always rely on Newcastle to ruin your birthday.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't
we
think
need
I don't think we're much longer left.
as many likes on the video as possible just for Johnny's birthday.
Yay! There's not long to go. I think we're pretty much into added time, and a very comfortable 2-0 win for Arsenal.
Ricky thinks Sean's been bad. I don't think
he's been that bad.
No.
I think Shelby's been worse.
It's really hard to think of a man the match for us, to be fair.
I'm clutching at straws. I'm saying I'd
probably gone. Maybe it's Jacob Murphy, but I just think he's playing out of position again. I couldn't say why Jacob Murphy though. I think everyone's been a 3 or a 4 today, and I don't think anyone's really stood out.
Cheers, Kai. No, I think scoring the players, I don't think anybody's going to get more than a 5. But I'm just saying, you could argue Sean, maybe Callum Wilson. You could argue Alan Saint-Maximin could get a 5, but I think 5's going to be the highest mark today.
Yeah,
but lucky. No spoilers or anything. We're still playing here. We're in the 95th and a half minute, and we're still playing.
Yeah, I suppose the play was down about 2 minutes when shot away from him.
I think the referee's looking to blow his whistle any second when.
Can't stand Mike Dean either.
No, he's just so much for the attention, isn't he?
Just so that we've made it so easy for Arsenal. I mean, I know we're down to 10 men, but this is how we've been playing all game. Just sat back and just let them play. There's been no intensity or out on the counter attack. I can't even remember ESM running at them.
I think that's going to be it. It's going to be out for a goal kick. And that is full time. And Newcastle have lost by 2-0, and Newcastle are still 9 points clear of Fulham, 11 points clear of West Brom. They're going to have to win probably all their games, or at least win. Well, for West Brom's sake, they can probably afford 4 wins and a draw, but disappointing to say the least. We're maybe still in it. I thought 36 was going to be enough, but it might still be enough, but not a good performance.
No, who we got left? Sorry, we got Leicester, Sheffield, Fulham. Who else?
Man City.
Man City.
Man City's up.
I'm still convinced that we're safe. I am.
How many points are we getting from those 4 games, though? I don't think we're getting anything from the next 2.
Yeah.
So I think Bruce will be looking at that Sheffield United game and going, we need to win. If we beat Sheffield United, then Fulham ain't going to catch us. So
it's a big ask for Fulham. It's a big ask for Fulham. I think West Brom are gone. It's a big ask for Fulham to go and beat Southampton, Burnley, and Man United. A big ask, considering they haven't won any of the last 7 or 8. So I think we're safe, but it's
Fulham
again.
win 3 out of the last 4. If Fulham win 3 out of the last 4, we need 1 point.
I can't see it. But you know what I mean. Fulham have had chance after chance to put us in that bottom 3 in the field. You know, so that's on them.
Yeah.
We're staying up again because there's been a lot of free poor teams, and it's not because we're a great team. That's what's frustrating. And we'll be in the same position next year if Bruce stays. I mean, it was a hard game to watch. That everyone will agree. Just it feels like they've already got the flip flops on. Tactics didn't help for me, but yeah, it's gone to Friday night. We'll be here again Friday night.
Definitely.
I think we're getting 3 points from our last 4 games. I think we'll beat Sheffield United just because I think we've got probably a bit too much to beat them. But I'm not confident on the rest.
What about if Man United? What about if Man City have already won the league by the time they come to us?
Man City's
Which I think they will have.
Man City's 4th team could beat us.
Yeah,
easily.
it's true.
Never mind the second string.
Yeah, but we're always good to pull a lucky point out against one of the top sides, though, aren't we? That's all it is. That's all I'm thinking.
You know what it is? We'll be optimistic at 7 o'clock on Friday. We'll be like, you know what? We could actually get a point against Leicester.
Yeah.
5-0 down at half time.
That's
exactly what I mean.
That's what I mean. It's just a play. But I'm not letting it spoil anything. It's just typical Newcastle, and to be fair, it's our first defeat since Brighton. And if someone said to me after the Brighton game, you're not going to lose another game until Arsenal, I'd be like, well, actually, that's not too long.
No, definitely not. What we got here from minute 1, never looked interested midfield. Also, nothing up top. More worrying what has happened to Almiron. Yeah, he's fell out of form, hasn't he? I think he's playing out of position as well, to be honest. Who's doing the fan reaction?
Lee Lawler. Oh, no, it's not. It's Sam and Brandon.
Sam and Brandon.
Yeah, Sam and Brandon are doing the fan reaction, but instant reaction, Lee's doing that in about 1 minute's time.
Yes, and then who we got doing the score and the players? Johnny, yourself, Adam, and is it Sam? Is it? Or?
Yeah. I don't think it'll take very long.
No, definitely not. And then, as always, we'll have Lee wrapping it up with the last word, and I think I'm sending a clip over as well, so I'll see you all on there. But thank you very much again, Johnny. Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks to yourself again, Adam. Good to have you back on. Just shame that we got a crap result.
Yeah, I'm the jinx.
But yeah, thank you to everyone in the chat again. Thank you for the super chats. If you haven't already, please like the video. To those of you who have, thank you very much. We'll see you in the videos coming up very shortly.